My bad. Just waiting on me.
Yes, sir. Wait till they get that started there, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. I'll go ahead and jump it off then. All right, peace and blessings, family. Thank you to come join us again for this gathering of the minds, the gathering of the community. You know what I'm saying? I am Brother Jeff, Chairman of the Ministry of Defense with the Phoenix Local Organizing Committee. I am also joined with my other brother, Damon, who is our Captain of Community Relations. Community Coordinator. I'm sorry about that. Community Coordinator. Today, we will basically be coming to bring community together again to have a great discussion about how we can better our community, how we can start bringing forth better energy and, you know what I'm saying, become a united force again. The very thing that it seems like our open enemy pretty much shows us on a regular basis that he's against. So, again, just with these conversations, these talks, it allows us to break free of the bondage, the mental bondage that we are technically in. You know what I'm saying? As soon as we can break those chains of our minds, we can actually start to improve our conditions, start moving and walking in a different light. The light in which I know that we all possess, the light in which the Lord blessed us with. We, each and every one of us, have it in us. We just need to learn how to bring it back out. With that being said, well, pretty much, you know what I'm saying, like I said, it's a community conversation. Everybody here is more than welcome to chime in. In fact, I'm encouraging everybody to chime in. You know what I'm saying? So in which we can get opinions of everybody within a group. It's a diverse group of people, where in which we should be able to get pretty good content from each and every one of them. So with that being said, let's start off with. I'm gonna start off with a simple question. We're gonna start it off fairly simple, but at the same time, kind of a hard one. I have to ask, what can we do as a community to start showing more love towards each other? What can we do to start to even understand the concept of love once again? Because, like I said, we all have that light in us. So we have the energy. In fact, one of my favorite ways I like to put it is we need to have that same energy we have for our employer, we need to have for each other. You know what I'm saying? You know how we know how to walk and talk a certain way when with our employers? We need to do that with each other. So we naturally have it within us to do this, is pretty much what I'm saying. So again, I'm going to ask the question to the group. What does the group believe that is a great way for us to start connecting together as a community and again introduce love within our to ourselves? Anybody want to jump in, chime in?
One way to show love. I don't know. We just got to get more involved in the community. You know what I'm saying? The more things that we could do to get involved with the community, to let them know that there are some resources, there's some people that care, some people that got your back. You know what I'm saying? You're not here alone. You know what I'm saying? The more that we can interact with each other and start getting it back to like back in the days, everybody knew each other.
Exactly.
The community knew each other. The community was a real life village.
Yep.
Somebody else, parent, could possibly whoop your kid's ass if they was doing bad.
That part.
You know what I'm saying? Because everybody looked out for everybody.
And we all trusted each other because we knew we only looking out and we're gonna provide the best for each other.
Right. So it's like we gotta get to that point where we so active in the community where everybody knows who's who again. You know what I'm saying? And that way you don't have these kids shooting or hurting each other. Like, man, you might, you know what I'm saying? These kids need to start knowing who they is and who's who in the community.
In fact, I like how you had put that because even just thinking of like how once upon a time everybody used to call each other cousin, even though you wasn't even actually related.
Right.
But y'all grew up so close, the families were so close together that you didn't even realize at first until you got older that y'all wasn't even technically related.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We need to get back to that kind of community energy again.
Yeah.
You know, because can we actually say, like, nowadays we have a problem with being self-centered too much. You know, it's kind of funny and ironic to say this while we're on social media, that I actually blame social media for everybody being so self-centered. because we've created something where it's supposed to bring people together, but somehow it's actually spreading people apart, but allowing everyone to create their own space, to have their own opinions, and say have their own voice, and basically put themselves in a mental situation where it's all about me, 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 me.
Competing?
And then we're constantly competing with each other. So it's again one of the things of with us being in that type of a situation, how can we get our people to a better understanding of that community togetherness? You know what I'm saying? To get off of being just so worried about me, myself, and actually get back to that point of caring about the next person. Yeah, you're more than welcome, bro.
Man, I'm 21, so like I'm probably younger than all y'all here, you know? So I probably got a different insight because I just came from a different generation.
Hey, that's what we're looking for, actually.
I thought the George Floyd would do that, you know what I'm saying? Like George Floyd shit would do that. And if that didn't bring people closer, and because I'm Trinidadian, you know, and I get confused with being Spanish people, black, whatever. If that didn't bring our folks together, then I'm defeated. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be a little negative, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think that we done spread so far apart that it's a far stretch for people to come back to where we was at one point. Like back in the 90s and shit, when everybody, you know, shit was cool when people was, like you said, calling each other cousins and being brothers with each other and shit like that. Like coming from my generation, like I'm hands on, like first person seeing this shit. So I don't really be, like, I don't think that people are like-minded like us are gonna wake up and want to change. You know, I think they so stuck in their ways that, like you said, they self-centered, they ignorant. You know, they don't really want change. They think that the way they living is cool. You know, I always been a different type of young nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I always had an open mind, but like I said, I'm from the hood, so I know everybody is narrow-minded. I see them around, you know?
Yeah, I see.
Like, it's a little different.
I dig.
At least from my part of the channel, like, you know, where I'm from at least.
Hey, I
And
dig.
I done been a couple places. I done been Florida, Houston, Louisiana, here. So I done seen different environments. So that's why I'm speaking on my perspective, because I done seen it firsthand. And dumb people don't want change. And
Now,
sad. It's sad. I can tell you.
with that, I would actually ask, would you say that that's a majority? Or would you say that's a minority, but it looks like it's the majority? Because
I would say it's a majority due to the fact, majority, because you got two different kind of worlds, you know? You got the normal go to work day, every people, and you got the street world, you know what I'm saying? I'm more speaking as far as the street world, because that's my perspective that I've only seen.
right.
You know, so I'm saying majority of the streets are people, because you know, are people that's in the streets. They self-centered and they don't want to change. Like, you know, maybe some of them do want change, but they don't speak on it because they scared or afraid they might be judged. But a lot of them, they already lost.
I like how you threw that in there too about the fact of people not speaking up in fear of being judged. Yeah.
You're gonna get judged either way.
Exactly, but who cares about being judged? Only God can judge you.
Yeah, but that judgment gonna be different.
It's like a stain.
Yeah, so like especially when you're in the streets, you know, you got partners, you got you know, people that you know that you want to have a certain image too. You know, and if you out here speaking speaking to change, they gonna look at you like you crazy, like you got four
Yeah,
heads.
y'all gonna look at you crazy, but it's within yourself to know that it's foolishness. It's about growth. They young-minded. You know, you're young-minded, you don't know what's in front of you. You feel me? You don't know what the outcome gonna be when you do take that one step closer to trying to do something different. You know, we so stuck in the box nowadays. When, like you said, you think outside the box. That's a good feeling. That's a good sight to have because a lot of people can't see nothing but four corners. And when I see corners, I see 8 corners or 12 because I'm always outside the box because you never know where it might take you. You know, some people are afraid of change. With no change, there comes no growth. With no growth, there comes no wisdom. You feel me? And that's what America's on right now. We don't know. Nobody want to change. You're right. But
Everybody caught up in Instagram. Everybody caught up in all this other shit. You know, even and think about it. Like you said, remember what you said? What we put into our body is what we gonna put out. Like when you said, for instance, about our food. Like if you eat shit, you feel like shit.
Yep, how
I
food
feel like
can
what we
control
listen
your
to
emotions.
also affects what we gonna do in life.
Yes,
That's
it
within
does.
your body as well.
And that's going into your body. So we don't got nobody. Like we don't got no more Mary J. Lodges. We ain't got no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Kelly
no
was
more
like-
Life Eyes. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got no more.
That's how they pay them.
But look what we got the females listening to. We got, you know, Sexy Red, Cardi. We got the,
what's
you
it-
know
what's
what I'm saying?
it?
Our females is actually our, you know what I'm saying? They the ones that we,
Dot
you know what I'm
generation.
saying?
There you go.
This is a generation where men want to be women and women want to be men. And it's crazy.
It's
that-
crazy.
It's crazy.
So
How the cycle is-
if we putting bullshit in our mind with our music, we always, like I said, that's why I say like they lost, they lost hope. Cause like I was actively in the streets, so I'm speaking on my perspective. Like I'm telling you what I've been seeing. Like these folks don't give a fuck. Like there's no more morals in it how it used to be back in the day. There's no more loyalty. There's no more none of that. All that shit out the window.
Yeah.
It's just a free for all game when it comes to the streets, and that's what the main problem. If there was no streets, people would be straight. If there was no
Go ahead. Two
Right.
things. Two things what he
Go
just
ahead.
said. That I would get what you were saying as well. As my brother, I was talking with Blue Shorts earlier, is that people are too comfortable. They are comfortable living in the way they do and being the way they are. In order to live a full life, you're gonna have to be uncomfortable. That's just what it is. And
That's when you
comfortability
at
comes
your
with
best.
change. It comes with change. It comes with change. You know what I mean? And I what he was saying, young people don't know. It's not the point of that. They just too comfortable living the way they do. That's the way to live. Tag lane, follow leader. What people looking for on the net? They're looking for followers.
Yep.
And people looking to follow people. That's the same thing in real world.
It's literally a mental game when you think about it on that
the
one.
streets is cool. The
That-
streets not cool.
to me, the streets is a world for me, but it's one of those worlds that don't.
It's the rapping, all the rapping we got, the rappers we got going on. It's other kids do shoot, but switches, and ain't none good in the music today. Today there's
Ain't no
message,
positivity, ain't got no Tupac.
Ain't even
Ain't no
no different.
positivity.
Ain't even no different type of language. All the language is negative.
Yeah.
Even in Spanish music, like you got, cause I'm Trinidadian and Cuban, so even in Spanish music, you got motherfuckers talking about switches in Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit, it's not just in the U.S.
Yeah, they talk about the, you know what I mean? So it's just all around circle. It's all bad. It's like it ain't got no mixture. Like how could you not have good music and bad music? Yeah, there's no more R&B.
They literally took it all out.
They literally took it all out, put one genre.
Yep.
Yeah, since they took it all out, what happened is that people are doing what they always did. We buy emotions.
Yep.
Everything we buy into, we buy because we want to feel. We want to
Be
feel.
relatable.
I need to feel this way. Oh,
Some people, everybody just want to be a part of something.
Exactly.
They want to be a part of
They
something.
don't wanna be
You know,
loved,
Like,
they
don't have nothing. You see that on TV. You got a mother or no dad. You watching me do chains on it. They got nice. I want to be like that. I want to be in the game. They ain't got no guidance. When there's
No
no
guidance.
guidance, there's no. You know what I mean? I was a young 8-year-old kid. Ain't got no dad at home. Mom at work. He looking at videos all day. What you think he gonna go do?
That part.
You feel me? What you think when he hit them streets and the homie say, yo, you wanna ride with us or not, little homie? What you think he gonna do?
We get in our car.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? So we keep it on kind of still on track. So would y'all sit there, could we also kind of put it this way then? That because of today's music and also the food and all that too, but definitely the music and things that we're constantly being influenced by is really, and you know, I hate calling it the culture.
It's the
because
way.
not
It's
our culture.
It's not our
It's the
culture.
way.
but I'm
It's
saying
not our
that's
culture.
culture
They
today.
like to try to keep saying that, but it's not.
It's not
But-
our culture. It's
No, that's the culture that's forced.
on us.
Exactly.
There you go.
When you got every Martin Luther King symbol in the hood, you feel me? Every Martin Luther King street is in the hood.
Yep.
When you got 10 liquor stores in your neighborhood, when you got all this stuff around you, but then you go to
They
other
say 10
states,
liquor
you go
stores,
to
but
other
ain't got no
places
library.
In Arizona, like you like on the south side, there's bad stuff. Well, as soon as you hit 48th Street, 50th Street,
Yeah.
Look like a whole different area.
it start getting wider, start seeing mall centers.
Yep.
They know how to
Signature
gentrify us.
restaurants.
They know how to
I mean,
gentrify us. That's one thing we gotta start looking at ourselves too. And thinking
That part.
about how they keeping us so gentrified together. We gotta start spreading out more. You feel me? Not just standing where they keeping us at. Or we all stand on this side. Let's go to this side.
Well,
you feel me?
actually, I would actually kind of go a little different with that. On that perspective, it's more we need to do better by the hoods that we are in. Start taking, in fact, quit calling them hoods and bring them back to being neighborhoods.
Neighborhoods, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bring 'em
Ain't
back.
no neighbors in the hood.
Yeah, we need to start being neighborly again within our own communities. that's kind of one of the things that they keep, kind of how they keep on defeating us too, because they know if they can keep us separated by keep on spreading out to other areas, and we're not somewhere centrally located, and we're maintaining control of that area in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? Then yeah. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep having the same results that we've been getting. We need to go back to that. Hey, this is our neighborhood. This is our community.
Everybody has to
You're not
want
gonna
that,
come
though.
in here and do this or that. You know what I'm saying?
Used to be your neighbor. You knew your neighbor. You knew the neighbor next to you.
That part. Everybody around you, you knew immediately by first name, last name, knew their birthday, knew their kids. You know what I'm saying? Knew everything about that person, and they did the same with you. And the beautiful part is, they all looked out for each other. You know what I'm saying? There was no
This
destruction.
homelessness is so much because people was just like, nah, I got my own stuff.
That's
You know, I
Everybody
got my
has
own
to
stuff.
want change though, not just us. Like not just it can't be 5 motherfuckers and 20 motherfuckers. Like you know what
There
I'm
you
saying?
go.
Everybody has to want it. The young people,
Well,
the old people.
okay. Now on that one, that's where I would actually go in this direction again with the conversation being focused on love. Now that's where I was actually speaking about this a little earlier on. Instead of focusing so much maybe on this older generation, on the adults and all that, even though we're the ones who have to get this message to the adults most of all, but more or less start focusing on the children. You know what I'm saying? And how we can teach them on how to be loved, on how to show love. You know what I'm saying? Even in the community, yeah, the dads might not all be around in the houses and everything, but when you see the little brother or sister on the block, chill out. Hey, show them love. Speak to them. Teach them a little guidance. Show them some type of, hey, we love you and we got you type of feel. Let that child know that they got that in the community. You know what I'm saying? Go back to doing that then. If you can't show the older generations love, show the babies love. So in which maybe that they can actually grow up in that whole that mindset of what love is and how to interact with each other in love. So then that way they can do it better than the last.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When we actually plant those seeds now into our babies, when we plant that, you know what I'm saying, those seeds are gonna grow into greater things within the community.
Old school
Old
side.
school living.
No marriages, y'all don't want the old school living.
I like how they said that.
Yeah, we want the marriages. The marriages is definitely is needed.
That's actually a major part that's
You know,
needed in the
and
community.
I don't.
That is very
I don't
much.
want to go old tradition like you said, pick the person, but you should study who you're going to be with the rest of your life.
Exactly.
You should know who you're going to be with as much as you know yourself. When they say you come one, that means you come one because you know that piece fit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but I don't know. We just looking. I guess like
We're
Ray
more
Charles,
fascinated
we
by
blind
our-
because we see.
We
blind 'cause we
exactly.
see.
We're
We
we're
want- we
running
want
after what looks
looks.
good instead of what is good for us.
Yeah.
There's a
That
complete difference.
You mind if I add?
Oh,
Go ahead, go
please.
ahead.
So, my understanding with this new generation is so many people are so caught up getting married, no one wants to have a marriage. That's why when he said that, I just felt that, because no one wants that. Some people are like, oh, getting married, it's nice, it's
They like
pretty."
the ceremony,
Yeah.
the
It's-
symbolism
yeah,
of
it's
it.
nice, it's pretty, it's sexy, but no one really wants what comes with it. The baggage, the hard time.
Yep.
You know, that till death do you part. That's that hard stuff, that hardship that comes with marriage, and no one really. That's the stuff where when that stuff happens, it's like nah, divorce, split, gone.
Nobody getting to know who they actually with.
Mm-hmm.
Motherfuckers is just jumping into relationships.
Thinking they love you.
That's what I'm saying.
You see
People-
a bad, you see a
They
bad
got
bitch, you
married.
shoot your shot, you make it, you gonna be with that bitch for, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, she not who you thought she was. She a whole different
Hey,
person.
even with dudes too. Even with dudes too.
Yeah.
There's both sides of the same coin.
That's it. So again, you know what I'm saying? So then that's one another thing that we need to start practicing as the older generation then. Start learning how to actually get meaningful relationships again. Form real, true, loving, meaningful relationships.
That meaningful relationships, man.
But you
That's
gotta have
it.
relationships with yourself first.
Not just a
First, right?
relationship,
No.
a meaningful.
Your first
Meaning.
relationship has to be with yourself.
Yep.
That's the first relationship has to be. Before you
Yeah.
get with anybody else.
To know nobody else.
Exactly. How can you give something you don't possess?
Yes, yes, yes.
How can you give me love if you don't love yourself?
That's the problem.
It
A lot of
doesn't.
these young kids don't love themselves. That's why they
Here
out
we
here
go.
crashing out, doing shoes. If you love yourself, you think twice before you put yourself in a situation.
Knowing what the past, we got so many examples that know so many. Put it this way, so many authors and so many books that we read and know where it's going. Why do we keep reading the same book? when
Yep.
we know what the ending is.
We already know what the ending is.
We,
No,
it's-
we know the black man dies in this movie.
Then it repeats itself.
yeah, and
If
it's
you
just
don't pay
like,
attention to history, then it repeats itself.
but some of them so far detached from history don't really know history enough to care about it.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
You wanna
I'll give you that.
change it.
You know what I mean? How much
You gotta
chance-
know. You gotta know your
What's the
history
Tupac
to
say?
actually
My anger
care.
help me feel for a stranger. I ain't know his daddy.
Right,
So
Right, that's what he
There's a
said.
lot
I ain't got no emotions tied to it.
A lot of people look at like it start
He
off
said
in
that's
your,
the
it
way
starts
it
in your
is.
home for how you raise your kids.
So pretty much we go back to love always starts back at home.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I'm
starts
saying?
back at home because if
Start
you
back
look
at
at your
home.
mama and daddy, like they not if you come from a broken home, you don't know what a relationship is supposed to be. You don't know what love is supposed to look like.
You don't know how to
never
love a
seen
woman.
it.
You don't. They just jump into it. They just think they know how to. You don't really know how to do
Because you
nothing.
never seen it.
You never had it. Yeah,
You
you
don't know
never
what it
had it.
is.
You don't know how to use it.
Especially like no woman can raise a man. You know that I believe in that. I believe that's facts for real. Because I grew up in a single home with no dad, and I told myself my morals and my principles as a man.
As a man, yeah.
So-
My mom taught you respect this
She
shit.
taught me respect, but I told myself everything else. So she couldn't teach me my morals.
You
and my
said,
principles.
you like how you put that. You said my mom taught me respect, but I taught myself morals.
Yeah, I taught myself my morals, you know, and it took me to fuck up. Obviously, it took everybody to fuck up. But once you figure out who you is as a man, you gotta. Those are things you gotta stand on. And I stand on different
yes, sir.
principles as
Yes,
my
sir.
dad.
Even what you just said right there, going back to that's another thing to my loving ourselves. We gotta watch the terminology or the spells we cast on ourselves.
Yep.
I fucked up. No, I had an experience. We gotta change the narrative of what we say to ourselves.
Yeah.
Because that
Words are
becomes of
powerful.
us.
Yeah.
The words are powerful. You know what I mean? Like people that I'm not knocking anybody look at him, but they want to come and tell you that I'm powerless. I would never admit that I'm powerless.
Right.
Now I can admit that I had failed for something that I shouldn't have, but that didn't make me powerless.
You know what's crazy back to that? Even when you in, the only way you powerless is if you dead. 'Cause even if
There
you
you
in
go.
jail, even if you in jail, you're not powerless. Look at Wallow. Wallow came home and made 100 million after doing 20 years.
I play Monopoly.
Wallow came home and made 100 million.
It's a lot of folks do that. Come home, it
Wallow
don't
came
matter.
home and made 100 million. So even if you're in jail, you're not powerless. 'Cause, you know, people. That's the jail. That's the jail. What they say? That's the cemetery of the living dead. You know
No,
what I'm
they
saying?
want to keep you institutionalized. They want to have you right back in there. So they
That's the
keep you
cemetery of
like
the living dead. Jail, basically, you know what I'm saying? But you're not powerless in there. You're not dead in there. As long as you got a chance to come
Open
home
your
or
eyes
something,
and
Move
Right.
around, or
Yeah.
even move this. You know what I mean? Move your mental to think differently. Because everything starts from inside. Now let's go back to you talking about the love.
Yep.
And we talking about ourselves. Now, we gotta think about the things that we do to ourselves and say to ourselves. Do you really love yourself? Honestly, if you really look at the stuff we do and say to ourselves, eternally, if they say 85% of inner talk is negative talk, you know, that love has to be in self. We gotta control those emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Have to. That's what's leading our life, especially as men. Suck it up, suck it up. Every relationship in our life gets sucked up and suffer from that sucking it up.
Mm-hmm.
Because we didn't make sense of what happened to us. We have to make sense
We
of what's
didn't take
going
the
on
time
with
to
us
actually
and having us
digest
to
it
either
and work
to
it.
fix it or do something about it.
That's it.
If we don't, then we just remaking whatever happened to our parents. Now it's going through us, but it's remade.
The
Yep.
cycle's
what?
continuing.
The cycle's
Exactly.
continuing.
And I just do this, like, you know, I ain't perfect, you know what I mean? But I wake up every day and I try to strive for better. I try to tell myself I'm be a better man today, be a better husband today, or be a better father today. Whatever I do, I just tell myself 5 good things that I'm gonna try to do today.
That's beautiful.
And that gets you motivated. And sometimes you gotta motivate
That's
yourself.
called that's called affirmations.
Yeah, you know,
We need to start practicing
that.
that.
Yourself, like, yo, man, I'm gonna have a great day today. You know, I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna make sure my people is right. Make sure I'm gonna take care of this. And it kind of forces because it's like
You're setting the tone.
You set the tone, but you manifest what you see. 'Cause if
You
you
get
really
what you
think
put
about
out.
it,
You get what
yeah,
you put out.
Yeah, you feel me?
So-
The energy you put out is the energy you
Yeah,
get back
that's
in the
what I
world.
want because I used to
Remember
be
we said about putting
I used
it
to be
in?
really
Yeah.
negative.
Put some else
and
in.
say negative shit all the time. Like, that's stupid, nigga. What you thinking about? Why you doing that? But I felt that was a waste of time. A lot of energy goes into you doing that. If
A lot of
you-
energy goes in, more energy goes into hatred than positivity. It's easy
Oh my
being
goodness.
positive. It's hard hating on it.
Yeah, 'cause you gotta keep that line going. You gotta keep that.
Do you understand how much energy it takes to hate a person? Like, man, I don't understand why we waste so much energy.
You waste
But,
more energy hating a person than
I
loving
just wanted to
motherfucker.
touch on this real quick when we sit there talking about the fact of like affirmations or the way we speak to not only each other but how we speak to ourselves. Excuse me. You know, the word that sit there says that, you know what I'm saying, again, I'm always paraphrasing because, you know, I'm always terrible remembering this, but it says something to the nature of that the life or death is held within the tongue. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Or to the nature of, you can, basically anything you say, you breathe in either life or death into yourself or to the person or to the situation. You know what I'm saying? If God was able to create this entire world by just speaking it into existence, and then he created man out of his image, you know what I'm saying? And then he sit there and gave us out of all the creatures on this planet, we're the only one who actually have logical thought. You know what I'm saying? Conscious thought. I like how you put that. Yeah, conscious thought. You know what I'm saying?
We can
Versus,
be
yeah, you
any
got
state
animals
we
out here
want.
that can mimic noise,
We can be
but
any
we're the
state
only
we
ones who have
want.
conscious thought. Basically, he gave us the power to create. He sit there and gave us that power. Since he knew that by having that power to speak life or speak death, he told us, you know what I'm saying, that watch what you say. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't, I think it was something that said something like, you know what I'm saying, a fool. Dang. You know what? I'm gonna get up on
He said,
her.
don't speak to fools, they scorn the wisdom of your words. I don't know.
There you go.
It should-
That'll work too.
That's just a paraphrase.
That'll work
That was
for
a
you.
paraphrase. That's not what it said. But you do gotta watch what you say, though.
Yes,
That's just
sir.
always been powerful. What you give and what you say to people and stuff, basically to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like what you saying, I'm always like that. I'm always talking because we spend more time talking to ourselves than anybody.
Yep.
I don't care what you think. We spend more time without talking to ourselves than anybody. But the other thing is, what kind of conversations you're having with yourself.
I've been catching myself having more positive thoughts because I've been trying to change my life around. Like instead of, like I said, I'm young, so I'm always ripping and running. I've been trying to
You know what?
calm it down and invest myself into positive things instead of always being into the negative things that I'm always normally
You're
into.
older now. Your mind. You was in your mental.
At your age,
21.
I was already on my next felony. You feel me?
And I feel like God has blessed me from that
Like,
multiple
yeah, like,
times.
you see it so fast. This, what they say, the era of information, so you catching it quicker. Back in the day, nobody was telling me that. I grew up in foster care. Nobody was holding my hand. Nobody was telling me what to do. I had to learn it. And that's self-taught, but it self-taught me the right way because I did it right. You feel me? I'm 38 years old today, and I've been through so much, but I'm still positive.
Yes,
You
those
feel
are,
me?
you know, those experiences change your narrative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, losing my brother was a big experience that made me want to change my narrative. You know what I'm saying? Like after I lost my brothers, when I was like, all right, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what am I finna do with this shit? Like, am I finna keep trapping these shits and keep moving? You know what I'm saying? Or am I finna like do something with this?
I'm not gonna
Because
make
God has
something.
blessed me from a jail cell and
Right.
death. You feel me?
Yeah, and not only that, though, you gotta make him proud. He gone, so I
Yeah.
only got one. Me, I gotta make something out of this. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't wanna be another dead son. You feel me?
That's
So
crazy.
you know what I mean? It really makes you think. And like, I had no brothers. I'm an only child. I got mad cousins, and it was just me. I just wanted to make my grandma proud. You feel me? I want to make my mom proud. You know what I mean? Like they ain't never. My family don't come from education and finishing high school. Yeah, I probably got one person in my family that
I don't
finished
get it.
high school. You feel me? So I want to
You
be
run it
the
about one
difference.
time?
I want to be the different ones, and it's hard to do, but I'm still doing it. You feel me? And I'm gonna keep doing it from my generation to the next generation because I want that change. You feel
Yeah,
me?
cause I finished high
Oh, y'all
school
just-
and I'm probably the only motherfucker that finished high school.
Oh, but congratulations, my nigga.
Nah,
You did
for
it.
real.
You did it though. You did it. That's all. It counts. That's it. You feel me?
Yeah.
It counts.
I
So,
finished high school by the string, cause I was still doing what I was doing in
but
high
still, but you
school.
got that diploma and you walked out there. You feel me? That says everything about you.
That is. That's a
You know what I mean?
badge, man. Don't look at it. That's not a small thing.
Listen,
It's not a small thing.
That diploma is way better than to go get your GED.
Yeah.
I tell you, GED is easy to get it, but that diploma says a lot more. You feel me?
Just
It
you
speaks
gotta
volumes.
do more endurance.
It does.
It takes more structure to wake up every day, even though you know you're getting money or doing whatever you're doing. You know, it takes more structure to wake up every day and put your shoes on, take your ass to school, and sit in that motherfucker for 8 hours. You know?
All right, so family, can we bring this? You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep it basically centered on this love conversation real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Love
Right.
yourself, changing, positivity.
Oh,
you know what I
definitely.
mean?
But in particular on this side though too, again, how is it that we can start sparking this a little bit more within our community as well? You know what I'm saying? Again, you know what I'm saying?
Out there, reach people.
You gotta make
Say that again?
And it
Get out
starts.
there and reach people. Like I see, like people be thinking it's stupid, but people be on the side of the road, they just be speaking. You feel me? Like yo, you need to come over here and be with us. And you gotta start networking.
Yep.
You know, we don't do enough of that. We don't do
I feel
enough.
like it takes the people that I like. Alright, so I feel like if we had more doctors and lawyers, like, alright, so remember you had said something earlier. I can't exactly remember how you said it.
I
You
said
had
when
said
there's no
something.
change.
No, you had said something about people looking up to the rappers and stuff like that. If we had more, like, for example, let's say the rappers ain't had no jewelry, it was the doctors and lawyers. More motherfuckers would want to be doctors and lawyers. You see a doctor with a butt with 10 stacks in his mouth, you want to go be a fucking doctor. You know, it starts with shit like that, energy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Briefcase or something like
if you see, like, you know, kids, like, I believe in that shit. Like, kids do what they see. Kids do what they see when you're growing up. You know what I'm saying? You do what you see. So I feel like if we had more positive, bigger role models in the communities, things that people would want to change more. The kids would want to look up to them folks more. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we have more positive role models, like more bigger positive role models in the community, like you have more doctors and lawyers living in the hood. Not like living in the hood, but living and being able to, you know, get in the community and tell them like, you don't gotta be a ball player, you ain't gotta be a rapper, you ain't gotta be none of that shit. You can go be, you know, doctor, like, you know, doctor, lawyer.
Oh,
Right.
appreciate always, man,
You
always.
know what I'm saying?
appreciate
Even
your
police
perspective.
officers, you know what I'm saying? Like, because we need more
I'm
police
sitting
to
here
come,
in my
you know
head,
what I'm
I'm
saying?
like-
We need more police that come from the actual
Yo,
community.
bro.
Because they know how the
Take it
communities
easy, bro.
work. You feel me?
I appreciate your perspective, brother.
Nah, for real.
You guys have a great
Hey,
day.
my
Too.
love, man.
Take care now.
We need more police that's from the community. They know what's going on. They know how to handle these kids.
That's true.
Not like the white people just want to uphold, you know, up guns on us and shit.
Plus, they don't know you.
They don't know you. They don't want to give you a chance.
They
So,
seem like
you need better role models. What I'm basically
That's
saying.
actually,
Better
you know
role
what I'm
models.
saying, even a great point even just on that, we'll just touch on real quick with the police and things and in the neighborhood, how you were sitting there saying, if you actually had more police officers that were from that neighborhood coming in the police, how automatically there would be a different atmosphere with them. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that
They
we know that
trust
the
their
fact,
community members.
right, you know what I'm saying, the community knows that person and, you know what I'm saying, he knows the community. There's a different interaction and things because, again, now since I know you personally, I see you all the time, I'm watching these kids grow up, I'm gonna have that natural love for them to always want to do right by
Help them
them.
out more than
And
just send them to
exactly.
jail facing 20 years. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
You know what I'm saying? Versus where in which we got a whole person that we already know historically is his only one mission has always been to just put us back in chains. You know what I'm saying? We need more people from our community to start taking up that role within the community. I personally do security profession. You know what I'm saying? Once upon a time I did want to become a police officer, but I ended up changing my mind. I should have still stuck with it. I wish I would have. I encourage other little brothers and sisters, take up that mantle and start helping out the neighborhood like you know
then
you
it
do.
goes back to them being judged, them being embarrassed. You know, that's why nobody want to be the police inside the community. Nobody want. You 12.
Oh,
you
man,
wrong.
talk that shit.
You know what I'm
Man,
saying?
ain't nobody want to be the police.
Hey, I personally
Because it's like, damn, it make you look like a rat.
I,
Make you look like,
yeah.
make you look
You
like,
become everything but
you're a
the
narc or
person who's
something,
trying to
you
do
just
something to
wanna
help
make it
ride,
Yeah.
where you're trying to help protect the head.
Like I said, if you had more lawyers and doctors and more professions coming through the community, you know, like balling how the rappers do, then people, like I said, kids do what they see. They would want to be a doctor or a lawyer, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But since all that the TV show us and all online show us is that these rappers, these drug dealers, they coming through Rolls Royces, Bentley up.
show the long ass motherfucking
Dior,
extendo clips and shit.
you know, that's what they want to do. They think you know, robbing a nigga for 30 bands is better than working for 30 bands. You know what I'm saying? And working for it in the longevity gonna pay off.
The motherfuckers think there's
If
an
you
easy
can make
way
it
out.
once, you can make it twice. So if you can make it twice, you can make it 4 times.
That part.
It also start, like you said, I always say from 0 to 7. You get that child from 0 to 7 and you train them right, they will be a whatever. I'm telling you, that's the programming stage of us.
Yeah.
From 0
Oh,
to
from
7,
the ages of 0
we
to
get
7.
programmed.
Yeah.
And we get in
That's
our
when you absorb the
subconscious. And
most
all
knowledge.
we doing is living out our subconscious. What we already been through, the trauma, traumatic issues and everything, remixing them. And anytime we think about them again, we just opening up an old wound and reliving it again. So it's like we got these reels in our head. I think Steve Harvey said it's like good reels and bad reels, like a movie. But depends on when life hit, depends on which reel you play all the time, it's gonna play. It's gonna play. If you ain't a positive person who's thinking positive,
100.
when something happens, you're gonna jump right into
Out
the
of
next.
500,000 people get to be a doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's a hell of a start.
Is that a
That
real
shows me
stat?
that I am
Right. I don't even know
special.
if that's a real stat or
Yeah,
anything.
I don't know if it's a
but
real stat or anything.
I don't know about all that, but
100 doctors from the black community is better than 0 doctors from the black
that part,
community.
Exactly.
that
Damn
part.
right.
Cause look, even
Something is better than
remember what
nothing.
you said about Martin Luther? Who said that about Martin Luther King being suffocated? You did, right?
Yeah.
Let's say that was a black doctor. That would never happen. He'd have been
Right.
right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, he had to be-
'cause white people's job is to kill us. Like, no, like, I don't know, ain't trying to
Yeah.
let me
Nah,
stop.
it is what it is.
But that, like you just said, that's their job to put us in chains, no?
Yes,
That's
sir.
their job to kill us. So when we go into our doctor trusting these people with our life, and they don't give a fuck about our life.
That part.
They just trying to put medicine in
It's
us
a
and send us on our
practice.
way. Cause look, right, at the end of the day, what we do? They get paid for that shit. They get paid for the medicine.
can't cure
that comes from
anybody.
the pharmaceutical. That comes from the insurance. Insurance get paid. Woo woo. Even when you
Everybody
die,
making
it's the same
We
shit.
turn into basically
You
guinea
return- you
pigs.
just- yeah, you just
You
put
guinea
the money right
pig.
back in the
Let
white
me
people.
try this shit on this medicine. Let me try this shit on this nigga.
And that's
Let
why
me
they
see
say
if this
it's
work.
not. That's why, you know,
Try this
people that.
medicine. Let me
And that's,
try
remember
this.
when you had said something about change, and I said it's never going to change because when people come up and step up to want change, what do? They kill them.
Or they
Look
push
at
it
Nipsey
back.
Hussle, Dr. Savvy. You can keep going on and on. Anybody that ever wanted
Malcolm.
change, they get
Yeah,
knocked off some
Malcolm Martin.
mysterious way. You know what I'm saying?
But you know,
You know
I
what?
think-
We paid.
And I'm actually kind of glad that you brought that point up. That's actually a big one that always sticks out.
Kobe
It's
Bryant.
because that is actually one of the things that we need to start
Kobe.
Kill
recognizing.
my nigga on the court.
Hey, they got Kobe, man.
So check it. Okay, with that being said then, and we kind of see that there's a practice of this throughout history, wouldn't it make more sense then that when we actually do have
Serious.
real leaders, when we see somebody who's stepping up in our communities, then wouldn't it only make sense that we try to protect them
Protect them.
at all costs?
Yes, but
We
how
sit
much
there,
can we
but think
protect
about
them,
it.
though?
But think about it. Hold on, because think about this. How many rappers can come to a city and niggas be ready to rally behind them and ride with them just because of the fact they love that music? They don't even know him personally.
Don't know nothing
Ain't even
about
get
him.
paid from him or nothing. But they will ride for that man just off of GP. With that kind of mindset, I'm sitting there saying, why don't we do that for the really real? We love to call these fake cats who rap about some type of life who ain't did nothing. We love to sit there and say like, oh, they the realest. No, they not. People who are putting in work for the community, people who are actually trying to influence change, the people who are actually sticking out their neck, risking their lives, even like right now, just me showing my face on this program, us having this conversation, me being in the position
Yeah,
I'm
people
in,
don't like
we
you.
are
Put you at
putting
risk.
ourselves already at risk. So what I'm sitting there saying, when we see that there's
Put
people
you
out
in
here
jeopardy.
putting in the work, willing to risk their lives putting in that work, doesn't it only make sense to protect them at all
Yes,
costs?
but then people
Right.
it goes back to people being embarrassed of supporting something good. They rather fuck with these
Are we
rappers.
sure?
Huh?
Are you sure that
I
people
feel
are
like-
embarrassed?
I feel like people. I
would
feel
say
like
embarrassed. I would say like it's more of a what they see in their own lives. You know, like you said,
That's true.
people got to see these kids got to see themselves as doctors, as lawyers, and things like that. For they, so like when those people come around, they be like, oh, I want to be like that. Instead, I want to be like the drug dealer in the neighborhood or the rapper in the neighborhood. Everybody rap. Everybody you know who want to rap, they want to ball, but nobody say I want to play doctor. Nobody want to play lawyer. Nobody want to. You know how it's free to go down to the court office and just watch a court case.
Yeah, it is. Open
You-
forums.
Yep.
You can learn so much just watching an open
There's an
court
entire
case for
law
free.
library down there you can go check out.
Yeah.
I go to them Jones Tuesdays.
You know?
Mission
And that's
meetings
actually
on
a very big
Tuesdays.
good
I ain't
point
even
on
from
that.
Phoenix, and I know this stuff because these things that matter to me to be able to get some knowledge of something and give it back. You know what I mean? Like I was talking about that philosophy of a drop of water in a still pond. I just want the waves to happen. I don't want nobody to know I didn't. I just want the waves to happen and people get it.
That's it.
That's all. Because when people start getting it, then it's
drop of
change.
water in a still pond. That's the first time I heard that.
Because if you think about it, that water hits a pond, you can't find that drop. All you know is a wave that is hitting people.
That's it.
That's all. The ripple. And that's how our life are being affected by our ripples, the decisions we made. Same thing, the ripples are deep. But they got open stuff like even in colleges, they call open forums where they'll let you come in and talk to professors and college students, just sitting there and talk. To the point where sometimes they'll help you get in there. But nobody goes to colleges. Where can I get it? But you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like even in Houston, Texas.
We at the
there's
barbershop,
a
brother.
project. There's a home
When can I get in on
project
this?
called CUNY
You're
Homes.
welcome to pull up to the conversation.
You know what I'm saying? And right across CUNY Homes, There's
Can you
Texas
bring that
Southern
question back up?
University.
Yeah.
There's TSU. And then right down the corner is U of H.
Are you from Houston?
No, I used to live there.
I used to live there too.
So I used to
All
live
right.
in CUNY Home.
Hey, real
But what I'm
quick.
saying is they trying to
Go ahead, finish.
they trying to let people go to school. They came to me, asked me, let me help you help us. People like, get the hell. I got stopped that when they said, let me help you. They sent me to Texas Southern University for free for environmental justice. Because out
That's
there in
what's
Houston,
up.
they got a lot of construction and environment waste. Because it's Bayou City. They sent me to school free, man. I got a lead abatement license. Lead abatement, weatherization, all this stuff for free. They try to get people to do it, but like you said, people do not want to do it because they're embarrassed to sit in them classes. You know?
Somebody you know in the hood for getting so much money, right? You see, he getting the classes on motherfucker. Like, what you doing here? You stop hustling.
All right. Hey, real quick, let me
Like, you know what I'm saying? And the nigga in his head,
Like
he
that
like,
image
damn,
just
I look like a
changes
sucker
it.
saying here. You know what I'm saying?
See, that
Hell
some
nah,
very real
you,
stuff.
you get more money.
Yeah, but he don't know. But once you want to change, like for me, when I started wanting different and shit, when I wanted to stop, like I'm just gonna be out there. When I started to stop trapping and wanted to stop being in the streets, motherfuckers was looking at me like, for real, like, that.
So you gonna let that money go?
I still got messages of it, like they're like, that, like this not for you no more. So like, what's going on with you?
Like, they was
I like,
getting
bro,
mad
I
at
like,
you.
bro, I like, bro, I done lost too much. Like, I done lost too. I done sacrificed, but really, it's not even a loss. Because the loss is something that happened by mistake. It's sacrificing when you're doing it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? It's like I sacrificed my own self, my own people, my own brother, my own. That's how I look at things. You know, because it was my fault. It was my decisions I made. You know what I'm saying? So when you
That's
try to
being-
want
take
better,
responsibility.
like you had said that earlier, you like why I think what I think is because when you try to want better, people downplay you. People like what? You want to do that for real? Like people will downplay you about it.
Okay, you know what? And all right, on that real quick, and I did want to answer a question. I think brother was asking a question on here, but I got to touch that now. That was actually a part of another conversation that we were holding earlier, where we were actually talking about the quality people that the quality of the people that you have around you. You know what I'm saying? How you're speaking on the whole fact of like these people are downplaying you and
I
everything.
got you right now.
Oh, yeah, there you go. You know how in which we sit there and said that people will downplay you and kind of talk about you just because of the fact that you're trying to make a change, and in a sense, it's a change for good. One, we need to start questioning first and acknowledging, are those the right people to even have around you? You know what I'm saying? Are these people interested in your well-being? Because only people who are actually looking for you to fall is people who, you know what I'm saying, who
Who's falling?
don't
But
want
then-
no yeah.
Also, then they
And, you know what I'm
lost too
saying, a lot
though.
of you-
They don't know no better.
That's what I was gonna say. Now that's actually where on the other side of the coin, where a lot of those very people, they don't want to see you grow or do better because they don't feel that they can do better and they can grow and be better. So if they see you, literally y'all was just on the same level yesterday, and then today you done decided to level up a little more. Now they looking like, hold on, no, I don't want, you know what I'm saying? If you level up, now it's a reflection on me and the fact of how I look back. I'm having to acknowledge my own downfalls because of having to look at you. So yes, a lot of people will sit there and play that and sit there and make it seem like you're the one doing it.
You mess
But
with-
then a lot of them people don't know no better. Like, you know, I be trying to feed this to like, 'cause I got friends that's 18.
And this kind of again goes back
I
to
got,
that love
I got friends
conversation.
that's 18, 19, 20, you know, younger than me. I'm about to turn 22 next month. Younger than me, that I be trying to put this shit in their head, like you know, like yeah, you doing what you're doing in the streets, but when you gonna start thinking bigger, start thinking about better things like business and shit? Because you open up a business yourself, like we can better the community like this.
That part.
If we open up businesses ourselves, restaurants, whatever case may be, we can provide jobs for niggas.
That part.
Our own jobs, black owned businesses, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Black owned tire shops, black owned, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, all this
That
other
one.
shit, restaurants, trash companies, whatever
The
case
very
may
same
be.
people that
Tow truck companies, instead of the white man coming to pick up your shit in a tow truck, it'd be the brother be like, I'm gonna put your shit down for the one time, you know what I'm saying? Don't park it this motherfucker again, you know what I'm saying? But when you did the white tow man, when you hit the white man, that motherfucker like, nah, I ain't putting it back up.
But you know the funny,
Once it up, it's up.
but the funny thing is that we do business, but the business that we do is not good.
Okay, now we about to have too many conversations going on around here.
What you want? Why do you think rappers they go out of town because where they get the most love out of town?
Yeah, because
Say that again now.
I said, why rappers go out of town? Because where they get the most love?
Out of town, 'cause you
Out of
die
town,
your
'cause
own
in your
city.
own town, they not loving you like that. They not.
Because you came up.
Look at Gilly's
Came
son.
up.
And especially if that man,
That's
why your
sad.
man leave you like that? What you mean?
Gilly do so.
This
I'm
ain't no
from
baby
Philly.
boy.
Gilly do a lot for the community, and for them to kill his son like that,
Yeah,
family.
that's just
But then again,
disrespectful,
Gilly
yeah.
was saying it on his own podcast. It's someone be in the streets when your dad a multi-million-dollar nigga. You not, you know, you don't have to be in the streets. But then again, what do these kids do?
They go back to
glorify
what
the
they
streets.
know
They
or what's
glorify
known
the
to them.
streets
If nothing's
all day.
shown,
But then they clown them for hanging around the billionaires, you know what I mean? They clown them when they hang around.
say damn if you
Ruben
do,
looking
damn if you
happy,
don't.
They hug a white man, they like, oh, there's something off. It's like, nah, that's a billionaire. I'll be around a billionaire all day. Ain't nothing weird about that.
Cause you know why? You
It's
you
it's
hang around a
connection.
billionaire, you become a billionaire.
Show me your friends, I'll show you your futures.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's,
Hey, my thing when we said this though, what was Gilly's son learning before Gilly became a millionaire?
That's
But
the
Gilly-
other thing.
But hold on, Gilly had his son at 15, but Gilly was rapping by 20, he already had it back, so his son was only 5. And you said kids get programmed from what, 0 to 7?
Yeah.
So his son wasn't seeing the streets. His son wanted to be in the streets. Why? Because he wanted to be cool. He wanted to glorify them churches. And the one thing my mama told me, them streets don't love nobody.
They love nobody.
I don't know if you $1 million nigga or you got so much for the hood. They don't love
They don't love
nobody.
nobody. They got no names. All you got is a tombstone coming. That's it.
That's all.
You might not even get that, depending on your family can afford it.
But
Right.
you talking about businesses, and check this out. Even I was thinking about this. Even when I was in the street selling drugs, I was downplaying myself. If you a drug dealer, you a chemist, mathematician, and salesman. All three of those.
All in one.
All three.
All
a
three in one.
That was
chemist.
3
You
different
look,
talents
you
right
look,
there.
you look how much a chemist is making right now. A good salesman is killing it. And then a mathematician,
Come on, man.
man,
We
we
ain't
was
coming to
we
count.
downplaying ourselves. Even with the jobs we do, it's like we set the
Hey.
bar where we can reach.
I got a female cousin who sell
I
cars.
like how you did. I like how you did with
I
that.
got a female cousin who sell cars, and when I caught COVID, I was staying with her. She showed me her bank account. She had 30 grand as
Off
a
a hustle.
car sales.
Salesman,
Only
see?
been there 2 years. Had 30 grand selling Kias.
Yeah.
Selling Kias. She
Yeah,
was at a
brother.
Kia dealership right there in Orlando on BET. She worked at a Kia dealership. Had 30 bands. That was my first time seeing 30 bands. And that showed me something though. That woke me up. I'm like,
That
damn, I don't
patience.
gotta be in the streets to touch 30 stacks.
You
Nope.
gotta be patient. You gotta be
Right, right.
Gotta find
patient.
your craft, gotta find what you do, man. You feel me?
They tricking
Find that
us-
craft.
tricking us to think
That
that
fast
you gonna
cash.
get 30 bands out the hood. No, you're not.
You're not even gonna get 10. You ain't gonna get no lawyer money.
Come on, man. You can't get
Lawyer
lawyer
money.
money.
They gonna be out there
That
hustling for
part.
a whole year. He ain't got no lawyer money.
That
He ain't got
part.
no put up money. When
Nah.
he go, Jody coming for the girl.
Come
And he's sitting there
on,
like
man.
this.
It's going down.
Come on.
Come on, man. 9 times out of 10, the street life, it ain't no after plan. It ain't none of that. So
They know retirement.
Nah, ain't no 401k in the hood.
Come on, man.
It's a jail cell waiting on you in the hood. I'm
It's
telling
only
you,
jail
man.
cell or grave, man.
Yeah, they
See,
got no
even-
401k
I'm
plan.
gonna
Even though we
piggyback on what
say
you're talking
this,
about.
how many kids still today are still going to jail? Still going to the streets? Still doing the same thing? So,
And a large
You
part.
know
Now
what I
that's
mean?
where I would say again, always bringing it
goes
back
to
to
the
us
us.
and that love.
That goes to us.
Now
like,
that's
you know
where it
what I mean?
goes to us in
To
the
get
community.
in.
Even
Yeah,
though
to
we
get
might
back
not
to
be,
it.
even though that child might not be ours, we need to start looking at all these children as if they are ours. and
Alright, yeah, you
point
feel
them
me?
in a
Showing them
different
love.
direction. You know what I'm saying?
Tell them they
them-
ain't gotta do
move
that.
bar for them, so that way they don't have to even look that direction. You know?
Listen, my mama was that person that took kids in and we ain't
My
had it.
mom was.
My
My
grandma
best
was
friend,
Excuse
my
me.
best friend stole from me as a kid. 12 years old.
It's
Stole,
all living
stole
together.
3 pairs of shoes out my crib. My mama whooped his
Damn.
ass. Brought him back to his mama house and seen how he was living. His mama was a crackhead. Brought him back to his mama house, seen how he was living. My mama ain't let him go back. He like, nah, I see why you stole. You ain't got no shoes. You know what I'm saying?
See, they was
That's
understanding
love.
back then.
You know what I'm saying?
That's love. It makes you understand it. You like, oh man, I see. Nowadays, people look at people drug dealing and homeless on the street. They don't give a fuck. This motherfucker didn't do shit with his life.
Nah,
I know his
actually-
story.
actually gonna
I
film
even
him.
know his
They
story.
gonna put him on camera.
Huh?
They gonna put him
They
on
gonna put
camera.
him on camera.
That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
they do now. That's the you can see somebody get not to change the subject, and I know what we on, but you somebody get into a car crash. You feel me? Boom. What the first thing they gonna do? Pull out their
Pull
phone.
out their phone.
Not
They
the
ain't
call
gonna ask-
somebody,
They're not even
the
gonna ask
film
the
it.
person in the car, "Are you hurt? Do you need help?
Don't even
Can I
go
help?
that
Can I
route.
assist you?" They gonna put you on camera to make their views go high. And this is what this come to, and it's sad, but just as much as we doing that, we need to come back and do it with our people.
Yeah.
Like podcasts, just like this. You know what I mean? Let the community know we here. If you need to get somewhere, you need to talk to somebody, here's
Come
my
holler
number.
at you.
You
Yeah.
feel me? If you need a little bit of help, I got you. I might always can't give you the help, you feel me?
Right.
But if I got it, you got it. You feel me?
You brought up the homeless, and I'm sorry to get a little bit off topic. Like I said, my birthday next month, right? And 2 years ago, my birthday, I was sleeping in my cousin's car. So this year for my birthday, I got a man who got a food truck. He gonna give me 1,000 tacos for $500, and we gonna go downtown and hand out food on my birthday. You feel me?
Right.
Downtown at the Zone.
That's what
That's-
your birthday is
that's
supposed to be,
what's up,
a
bro.
blessing.
Because at the end of the day, 2 years ago, I
That's what's
wasn't
up.
here. I wasn't driving a Beamer. I was sleeping in the car in my cousin's car. He had it sitting in his yard. He didn't want to let me sleep inside. You know what I'm saying? So I know what it's like. So with that being that God gave me the blessings that I got today, I want to, you know what I'm saying, get that shit back on my birthday. Fuck this day. This shit ain't shit. I was born, all right, cool, but you know, other people going through better. I could go to the club, you know, pop bottles on sofas with a bunch of niggas and shit. But what's
They
the
don't
point of
love you,
that?
don't fuck with you, they
What-
just there for
what's the
show.
point of
Ain't
that?
he gonna remember that?
Motherfucker can have
Why
ate
am
the
I even
last
here?
4 days, but today I'm bringing this nigga 3-4 tacos, motherfucker. No, rub down
Right,
good.
he gonna feel
But
good.
you know,
Don't
something you
feel
said,
blessed.
there's something you said is what we're supposed to do. When you go through a test and you have a testimony like that, you're supposed to be a blessing to somebody.
Come
It
on
really
now.
is, man. And that's good you doing that, bro. I respect that. That's
That's
a
a
real
look.
deal Holyfield right
Yeah.
there.
You know what
I'm saying?
For real,
That's
though.
big up.
Because that shows the growth in you, man. Because, you know, a lot of us don't
fucked
give.
up.
I'm be real with you. A lot of us don't give back. You feel? We see
don't.
some shit and we keep
Hands
our
out.
heads straight.
Hands out.
And,
Right,
you know what I
right,
mean?
ignore
Like,
it.
we shouldn't do that. You feel me? But
We
that's
taught to not to mind our business.
I might keep walking.
Yeah, mind your
I ain't
business.
see that. You didn't see that. Look, but he traumatized you. You seen it and it
We weren't always
traumatized
like
you.
that.
But you didn't.
I'm a product of it. I didn't walk past people and I should have gave them something. I'm like, you know what? I'm going.
Everybody
You
in
feel
the
me? 'Cause
community used to look at the little kids running around. It didn't matter if mom was at work. Like there was somebody that was looking after the little community.
Somebody.
You know what I mean?
Hey, in Philly,
'Cause I grew up in Section 8.
I don't know if y'all
remember,
niggas had this shit
it was
in
always
York.
somebody
Not
around.
away from it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Even if it was the candy lady, somebody.
That was
you
the
know
first
what I mean?
rap.
I don't know if y'all had this. I don't know if y'all had this in Phoenix or in where y'all grew up at, but there was a house on the block that used to give out lunches. You know the little lunch that came in the box, the prepackaged schooler in the summertime.
Yeah.
You all walk in the little line and shit. I go get the lunch.
Get the
from
lunch.
little house. That's
I
that
Go
was my
chill in the
hood
park.
for real.
Go chill in the park and eat
Yeah,
some sandwiches.
yeah, the
They
little
made
sandwiches
sandwiches
that
with the
came-
hamburger buns.
And why
Yeah,
did
and
that
you know,
taste so
it might
fire?
have tasted like shit, but as
But
kids,
they
that shit
was-
was
it was
Stuff like that, you
Man, what?
used to smash
See,
them
I think
things.
about,
shit
we
always
was talking
delicious.
earlier
Man,
about
for real.
the way messages are
Simple
put
as
out there.
hell, but it's so fire.
It's so
Like,
distorted.
For instance, like I said, like you gotta, if you're doing bad, you gotta do good, cause you know you can't do without bad. You can't do good without. I mean, you can't do bad without no good, cause then you don't get bad. So that's how I look at it. Like, you know, I got like 2 years ago, I was fucked up. I got up from doing bad, but now it's my time to do good. You know what I'm saying? Cause I ate off of being bad, but now I got the opportunity to do good for motherfuckers. I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
And you
Cause
gonna
God
show
blessed
love.
me while I was doing bad. He ain't take me to jail and he ain't kill me.
Mm-hmm.
So now I gotta do good that he want me to do. He want me to
So-
do that good for people.
Probably didn't never even ask
Not
why
only that,
me.
though, he wants you to show your change.
You know what I
He
mean?
wants you to show
Why
how
me?
you came from
Yeah.
negative
He
He
wants
ain't
to
have
ask
to
that.
bless me.
You feel me? Because he didn't. He could have stepped over you.
But there was
Yeah.
you have a calling
hands
on
of
your life.
protection,
We
right?
all do. When we go through something traumatic and it don't stain on us, that means that we're here to do something big.
Right.
We can't take that for chance that, oh, I just missed
We
a dollar.
can't think we doing big just because we get an actor or
Nuh-uh.
TV or none of that. That ain't doing nothing big.
That's your
Do it
platform
yeah.
so you can do your
You
work.
know what I mean? You gotta do something big just to do it. You feel me? You can't always show it. People always wanna get on it. Yeah, I done cut 50 heads in there. I'm free. I'm out here showing love. And that's not
You know
showing
what?
love.
In fact,
you
know,
feel me?
Let me say something on that real fast, because that's actually the one of the points I love to bring up
They
with the
do
word.
that too. I seen
They
one
do,
today.
bro.
The
They
Bible, the word literally sits there that says that the left hand shouldn't even know what the right hand is doing.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Anything you should do should be done in secrecy.
But boast-
Because the man who goes out and be boastful about the things that he has done, he has already received his blessing. His blessing was basically the glorification from the people. But when you move in silence and do things without people knowing that you're doing it, the Lord sees what you're doing there, and now he can bless you tenfold to what you just did.
He gonna bless you
We'll
10
see.
times over. Cause
You gotta
Come
be
on,
like,
man.
you
what they
didn't
say,
tell, you
like
didn't let the whole
lasagna?
world know what you need to do.
Jesus lasagna.
Only you and your God know what you did, and you'll get your blessing.
like
That's it.
I just hate it when people take that platform and they try to use it to biggie themselves up, and that's not the way it's supposed to be.
That's it.
You know what I mean? You're not supposed to do that. Like, even with
That's
barbers and everything, you're not supposed to be doing that. You're supposed to do it without showing nothing. Like,
No.
you don't need to tell 10 people that you gave this man a lunch. You don't need to tell 4 people that
You ain't gotta do it on cam while
Yeah,
you're doing
you ain't gotta do it on
Hey,
camera.
yeah, I went and got him this lunch, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring it.
Why you just couldn't get this man his lunch and then go on about your day? Why you ain't supposed to? You
That's
feel me?
that's glorification of
Yeah.
wanting to be like in a kind of God matter kind of complex. They want to be looked at as, look, this is what I do. This is what I do.
They
I
want
do
glorification.
I. But you,
They
the
want
first word
glorification.
is I.
When somebody always say
glorify
I,
yourself.
get away from because
Yeah.
it's always I is
Yep.
only you. It's never we because I use we. I don't use I.
Yeah.
We. You feel me? We. It's together. Group.
It's
You know what
always-
I mean?
Yeah.
It ain't never I
Yeah.
because I means you're selfish.
That's
You know what I mean?
self-glorification right there, right away.
Who needs that when there's already enough of that in the world?
It's
Come on,
enough.
man.
You feel me? Like everybody's
Come on.
self gratification. That's why we're in the position we're in. You feel me?
That
Because
part.
nobody want to be like, oh, help the next man out for the one thing.
Well, I'm gonna
Feel
step
me?
out of line. Let me be the salmon. Go upstream. Nah, everybody going down. I'm gonna go that way too.
You know?
Plus the current is kind of pushed. Yeah, all right. That's what we
Say
do,
go with
yo.
the
We
time.
make excuse why we going that way, knowing that we ain't supposed to be going that way.
That part. Shouldn't even been down that road from the gate.
But I mean, that's just life. But like you were saying, we gotta get back to loving ourselves, man. For real. I take myself on dates. I do a lot of stuff that people may think is strange, but it's for me. You know what I mean? It's
Hey,
for
man,
me to be
love
aware.
also- it goes a long way, man. If you can't love yourself, you can't love nobody else.
You can't.
If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody else.
There it
You
is.
feel me? It starts with you.
First,
you. And then after
Say
you,
not I, but you.
Once once you get right, then you can flourish out, man. There's so many people that knew me because I'm from Arizona, which I went to another state and I had to do my thing. But there's so many people knew that I was not good at this when I first started. I was, because I didn't know my process. But once I got like I am today, they came back flocking like I got a chicken coop. You feel me?
Right.
Like, because they know I put in that work when nobody see me. Them dark nights, them long nights, them
Yeah.
hard times where a nigga pass me up for another barber. But I've been through that. That's why I can shine today.
That's
That's
it.
why I shine, because I went through that. I put in the work.
You
I
had
went
to-
to a whole nother state to get this grind
What they
in.
say,
You feel
But
me?
sometimes it takes
you had to go through the flame.
check that's a metaphor. You had to go to another state to get where you need to be. We talk
Yeah,
about mind
I had to
state.
jump out my, I had to jump out
We
my
talk about
box.
mind state.
I had to jump out my box and get into another
See?
one
Like
just,
that.
to, just, to, just to get my
Yo.
glorification right. Because you know what? Sometimes it's
Change
better
his mind
to be.
frame,
Sometimes it's
that
better to be off
Man.
your grid than on your grid. I'm being real with you, because you never know where it takes you. I went to New York, met people in Jersey. I met people in PA. It was like glorification. They all know me, so now I can even go back out there and do something.
Right.
You feel me? I got connections out there. I go to the East Coast. So now it ain't just, I could be on the West Coast. Let's go to the East Coast this week.
What you did,
know
you
what I mean?
wired
But I did that by groundwork and put it in. You feel me? And I'm blessed today. And I'm just thankful, man. And I share my love. If another barber came in here, I'd be giving them all type of examples. And you're supposed to give it back.
That's
All
what
free,
you're supposed to.
you feel
People
me?
act like if
You know what I
you
mean?
show me a little bit more, you're gonna be better than me.
It ain't supposed to be
That's
like
why
that.
I said the
show somebody
graveyard
more because
is the-
blade sharp
is
as
the
blade. You feel
There it
me?
is.
I want you to be
Iron
just as
sharp
sharp as
iron,
me.
man.
You feel me? I don't want you to. I don't want to be in here cutting up all the hair, looking the
Hey, man,
best.
I'm
When
Eddie
you
Murphy,
sitting right there, you need money
You
too.
gonna play
to
all
feel
that,
yourself. You don't understand that.
He everybody.
Yeah, but we just gotta. I'm telling you, the stuff. There's some good talk right here for real. I like what you were saying about the mind state because I always, the work I do, I always talk about mind frame and mind state. There's a fixed mind state, and there's the other mind state is a mind state that you know stuff can change. But if you got a fixed mind state, it stays where it's at.
Yeah, it stays.
You can't get out of that.
I grew up in group homes, so every other year I was changing. I changed so much, I'm used to change. If I don't
You had
get
to change
changed,
to fit
I
the-
gotta like get like a little bit. Yeah, well, I'm sticking too much because I'm so used to it. Group homes, jail, that shit, it changes. Everything never stays the same.
Oh,
So
yeah.
That's deep.
when you're so used to that, you gotta look for it. I'm like, man, is this gonna change this week or? Because I'm so used to that, but I thank God for that because at the end of the day, with no change, there comes no growth. With no growth, there comes no wisdom. And I've been a part of that for a long time now, and I'm getting better and better at it. And I'm just trying to get back. Like, I even see a brother on the streets, I don't even know him. I tell him all the time, man, what's up, bro? I talk to him. I try to communicate with my people.
That's
you feel
it.
me? Regardless if they
That's
looking,
it.
oh, you looking at me sideways, bro. I got nothing but love for you. That's what I tell them because they're not used to that. They're not used to people. Oh, you mean mugging me? I'm not being mugging you, brother. I'm saying what's up. I'm coming with love.
That's why
Yeah.
I love that. That's why every time I greet people, I usually greet them in the name of peace and blessing.
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? Because I ain't never had an argument with a person after I done greet them with peace.
Yeah.
Even working in security, I'll sit there and approach people in peace and blessing. And do you understand how quickly that changes attitudes?
Yeah.
No, it shifts the
Because that
whole
words,
energy.
those words, it's a
They're
different type of
powerful, but
vibration.
most of the
Words are
time we're so
powerful
used to
because-
people. Oh, he be bugging me. Not really. You feel me? I'm coming with love, just trying to help and say what's up. Just trying to let you know, brother, what's up today. Have a blessed day. You feel me? Ain't
That's
nothing
it.
wrong with
Like
that.
back
We don't
in
even
when I
talk
was
to each
younger,
other.
We
I
don't
used
even
to
talk
say,
to
I
each
used to
other.
be like, "What's up, nigga? What's up, nigga? What's up, nigga?" And it's like
We gotta cut that out too.
Yeah.
brothers. Some brothers,
They don't like that,
It comes
yeah.
off offensive.
It does. Oh,
You
you
know what
call me
I'm saying?
nigga? Like,
But
Call
like,
me out of my name.
So I started making money and
had
stuff.
to check me on that when I was younger. I said, what's up, my nigga? He said, bro, don't you ever call me my nigga. I'm your brother. You know what I mean? Call me by a different name.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
nigga
yeah.
is not for me. And I didn't take it very well. I said, what? I said,
yeah,
what?
yeah.
What, you want to fight? You feel me? And I took it in the wrong, and we almost got into a fight over that. But that brother
But
just
he
wanted
put
to
you up on-
he just wanted to be understanding.
That's
He just
it.
wanted to be like, yo, listen, young bro,
He has a
you can't be
standard.
using that word.
Yeah, yeah.
You feel me? And I didn't recognize that at that
Then
time.
he was woken. He was woke up at a time at a
He
point
was already
where,
woke
where
before
I was
I was.
probably like sleepwalking and
Nigga,
shit.
I was in there, zombied out.
Right.
You know a funny thing to my language? We gotta know each other's language.
Yeah,
How we
yeah.
speak. You know what I mean? We gotta know how we, like, one of the books I always talk about is love language, because people don't know how they receive love or even how they give it.
By Miguel Ruiz.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's by Miguel Ruiz.
What'd you say?
The four love languages
Yeah.
by Miguel Ruiz.
Yeah, that'll strengthen any relationship with anybody. When you know how somebody receive information from you or love, you can give it. But if you don't, you messed up. You know what I mean? You messed up because in relationships, you doing stuff for your girl. I'ma buy her this, buy. How you know she likes all that?
Right.
She may not. Her love may not be gifts. You know what I mean? Maybe affirmations or time. Spending time with her mean more than you giving her something. Your presence more than her presence. It depends on. It's however whoever you deal with. The communication is deep. So if you don't know how somebody speak or form of it, you gotta just give some time, patience, to understand. Like you saying, words mean like that N word. I don't even say it to people. I just
When I started making money and stuff,
Try
I
to cut it
started
out.
using like I know I had to interact with people different because you know what I'm saying. I don't want to offend somebody while I'm trying to make some money and stuff.
Right.
So I was like, that's when I started saying brother, like, hey, how you doing, brother? Because it's like, when I say brother, it's like, when they see me approach, they see me coming towards them, they like, oh, what is nigga on? But I'll be like, hey, what up, brother? How you doing? They like, oh.
it changed
It,
their whole
changed
perception.
their own mindset, their
Because
their
you know what?
mindset. and how they
I can't
see
remember
it.
who had spoke on that or who said this, but it was something to the nature of that it's hard to kill or be angry or have ill will towards your brother.
Yeah,
If you look at, you know what I'm saying, you would never really truly do harm to your own brother. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? So we looked at each other as brothers and sisters. It's hard for us to cause harm. That's why in which we do call each other. That's why I'm known as Brother Jeff. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Brother
yes.
Dame. You know what I'm saying? We call each other brothers in recognition of the fact that yes, we are brothers and the fact that we are truly together as that.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? We rock together. You know what I'm saying? We start, again, implementing these kinds of thoughts, these kinds of mindsets to our people. You know what I'm saying? That's what's going to help create this whole narrative. We start going down these roads of creating that love for each other.
Yes,
Because
sir.
again, it all just starts off with even just saying hello, hi, how you doing? Introducing yourself.
right.
Actually, like first
A lot of
interaction,
people will stare you
and
down.
then we
boy.
can start going down that road of actual
A lot of
love.
people stare you down. They be just looking. You gonna say hi, nothing? Do you get mad? Cause I get mad for you staring at me. But that means something else from where I'm from. You don't even know it. It brings some whole different things
It
because
can bring a whole different energy.
yeah, that's why I'm
Like where I know this guy from. Was it a good one?
Yeah,
Was it a
that's
bad
what-
one?
That's really what be going on in your
Come on,
head.
Right.
Should I worry right now?
Right.
Hold on, who is it?
Who is this? Yeah.
But yeah, it is about that connection. And most people, like if I do shake your hand, you know that means something deep to me because that's an agreement. That's not an agreement. Most people think it's agreement, but it's agreement.
You know what
I'm in agreement with you. I shake your hand.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
in agreement. Whatever you gotta give me, I'm able to receive it. And anytime I'm like this, brother, of that,
Right.
because I'm not.
But I'm not in agreement with
Yeah,
you.
that goes back to
We
say the
just
people
boom.
who hang around. You know, I mean, I'm around a little different kind of people because of my job and stuff I deal with. But at the same time, I don't look at them as they are. I look past their pain, their trauma, and everything. I see them as who they are, the spirit, and what they're really looking for. Regardless of what they're telling me, I'm looking for what behind the emotions, behind the words. So I think a lot of us got to do that, and a lot of us aren't fashioning and dealing with emotions. We don't deal with our own emotions. It's like a car. Your emotions driving. Your spirit sitting in the side, your real self in the back. And your emotions taking you for a ride. When somebody says something augmented, we react
We
instead
just
of
going
respond.
whatever way my emotions
But
take.
whichever that, it's like a leaf in the wind.
Yep.
Wherever that wind blows, that leaf will go. Doesn't matter where it is.
That's
Hey, never no
almost
straight
like-
line.
It's almost a form of like the woman mentality being taught to the men. You know what I'm saying? A lot
And
of
that comes a large part from single
single
mother
mothers,
home.
yeah. Because a mama tell you straight up, if you got an issue anywhere, you can handle that right then. Like nigga, you don't think about
Lead with
nothing.
your emotions.
You just, you just gonna beat the hell out of somebody at school, wherever the hell
I was
you
telling
at.
you, you don't
And
you
that's
don't
an
get your ass.
emotional,
Oh,
and that's an emotional response.
That's an emotional response.
You know what I'm
See,
saying? Instead
growing
of
up
like
as a
father would've
man,
told him, logical. What's the best move for you to make like right now? Hey, you might be talking mess to you, but you know what? If I put hands on him, is this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you think logical.
what if
yeah,
you
see,
give them
growing
choice?
as a man, you and going through life and being able to bump your head a couple times, you start to realize that, oh look, I need to start thinking about some shit. I can't allow my emotions to carry or to get the best of me. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't allow your emotions to get the best of you.
Yep.
And your emotions can fuck up a lot of shit quick.
That's when they say you let your emotions override your intelligence.
Yeah.
That you know better, but you feel different, and you going on how you feel, which is most of us. We live our way inside out. How we feel is how we react to the world.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. How we feel is how we react to the
Yeah,
world.
but I don't want to sweep behind me.
That's why they wonder why a lot of us are so aggressive, because that's how we react. That's how we feel about the world.
Right.
You know,
Make it easier
we
for
feel
us,
it's
so.
unfair. It does this to us, this and that. So our reaction is that. I just have a different perspective on where I'm at in my life with the world. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's what it is, but my walk, you're gonna have to go through something. If you're not going through nothing, then where's the growth?
Yeah, you never know how full a motherfucking cup is too.
You don't.
Motherfucker might be on their last little drip. You know what I'm saying? They just about to spill, man. And it don't necessarily be the person that they get into it with. You know what I'm saying?
But
It's just,
somebody already spilled most of it out.
yeah, they're walking on their last leg, and then somebody just fuck around and kick that motherfucker out, and then they just fuck around and lose it on something that's real small and petty. It don't necessarily be what the issue was. It's just they was now already on their last leg, walking around here.
You see that a lot on the internet.
Yeah.
They snap out. What was the newest thing with the dude, the 14-year-old boy shot the guy?
Oh, you talking about the out
The
there in
argument,
Chicago
and
when
they
his
both-
mother and that
they were
dude
just
was getting
arguing.
into
Oh, wow.
and dude,
Yeah.
dude punched her,
He said,
started
"Say one
punching
more,
her,
punch in the face."
and he started
And
beating
he hitting her like,
grown
Yeah,
men.
like he act, he
and
act
nobody
like,
did anything.
Nobody do nothing but put the
But
camera
Once
on.
again, your minds have been going like this.
You know what?
Yeah, it's me. You going like this.
That's the whole reason why even
Well, now that 14-year-old boy had to take the matter in his hands. They killed this man that was punching his mama out.
Because he wasn't gonna let that happen.
Well, nobody
No.
else was
His
helping.
love
That's
for
one of the
that
things
was
where
his,
we
he
say-
was protecting his.
But now that's
like
when we
we
talk
call
about
like protecting his
community
bag.
love.
He ain't protecting his bag. He protecting his heart,
Yeah.
his mental, his future.
Now, with that, like on that subject again, like the whole concept again, you know, trying to keep it around love. Now, with that situation being said, how we literally had a room full of people who were watching the situation as it is happening. You know what I'm saying? How come we don't have a sense in our community to step in and actually interact and Like, hey, there should have been intervention in that from a way before the boy even had a chance to come in with the fire.
Yeah.
You know what
Why
I'm
he
saying?
come in with
Why
the-
are we not, as men, as women, as a community, whatever you want, however you want to look at it, why are we not intervening in these situations? There was a room full of sisters that could have pulled her,
That's back
pulled
to
her
that,
back,
that
and a
mentality.
room full of
Mind
brothers
your
that could've
business.
pulled her.
They all outside. Street mentality automatically. Mind your business.
I'm just trying to
Y'all
get my
know this
food.
lady. Yeah, I'm just trying to get my food. And then
That's
now the new mentality of these young cats, I feel some fit turns to, oh shit, we got some footage, content. Let me get some, let me get this footage. Let me get this content. They want to turn their phone on.
And what Timothy said he was
question?
raised by a Muslim mom, and she poured into him what only thing she knows. She didn't make sense of her emotions, so she poured whatever she could into him, and that's why what Timothy was saying, he was raised by emotional, and he reacted out in the same way. That was his upbringing. That's the only way we go. Any way we do
And
things.
look, mom
is on
set
what
him
we
up
know
for that alley
or
oop too.
how
What
we know
mom
what
tell
we
him?
know.
Mom in the store called that little boy. Hey, my son about to come in here and handle you. She put her son in a position to be a man now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Instead of before that.
There was so many opportunities throughout that entire engagement where there could have turned it around at any second. Everybody could have went home that night.
Yeah, it was just even the dude that hit him. You can tell he'd seen that in his life.
He's emotional himself.
He's seen that in his life.
You know what I'm saying? Not only
He
has he
was-
seen that in his life, he think it's okay. And again, as you sit there and see the whole way he interacted at the whole time, it was an emotional state. A
I thought
man
they
should
was-
never allow
I
himself
thought they
to
was
be
together.
put in that.
And the camera just basically geeked him up.
Yep.
When that person turned on that camera, he looking right at the camera.
It's-
Okay, say
Yep.
something else. Say something else. That's on my grandma. That's on my grandma. He looking right at the camera like, now you
Yeah.
just trying to
And then
clown.
she
He
yeah.
trying to get what they say,
Then you say that, man. He
What
said
do
they
they
don't
call
want to
when
be
you become
clowned or
popular?
they don't want to feel a certain
Get
kind of
out,
way.
Tracy, baby.
They don't
No,
want
when
to
you're,
be no
when you're,
embarrassed, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
why
it's about
viral.
embarrassment.
He's-
Going
That's why
viral.
he
Yeah, he
stands
trying to
out.
go
he was
viral.
trying to go viral.
Yep.
I ain't trying to be no world star out here like this. And it's funny. That's the new thing. World star.
World star.
For a minute.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's just, I'm like, come on now. But so much stuff that we can capture and we get. Why aren't these things dealt with?
Right.
We're just being entertained.
And we shouldn't even, honestly, that goes to the thing where we should always, it should be a standard. We're not allowing that anymore. We're not letting that type of content be created. We're not sitting there accepting
But
it. You know what I'm saying? We're not, because again, one of my biggest irritants is you don't see the other groups doing this. You don't see no other group of people doing what we're doing.
You
You
just
know what I'm
right.
saying? We make ourselves look the worst at all times
Check this out.
when we don't have to.
Keep going what you're saying. You remember when they had that that the black people was making no more viral dances on
Yeah,
TikTok?
on TikTok.
You said that shit
It's
got,
actually kind of funny how everybody
Everything got
stopped
shut
that.
down.
They got unified real quick
yeah,
behind
got
that
real
and
quick
stopped.
over a dance. Black people making dances for the
Because
song.
they weren't getting
oh,
credit
nobody
for
made
their
a song for the new
dances
Megan.
that they were creating, and white people were taking them doing
Yeah,
the dances.
so
and
they
getting
stopped.
credit for it.
They stopped doing
so they
dances.
stopped creating altogether.
Black people stopped doing the dances on
Wow,
TikTok, and they was
wow.
beat off, boy.
I
They was
swear.
like, then they
TikTok
unified
got
together
dry.
just for the dances. See what kind of fake we unified, just like
That part.
Toni Morrison. What's that? Wait and Exhale. And then when Oblawina happened, with back in New York, police officer put the broom in the dude's butt. It was only maybe 3 or 4 black activists standing up. But you know how many stood up to question about that Wait and Exhale? It was like 7 of them. She's airing black dirty laundry. No, she's not. She's making a movie about stuff that everybody's going on in their life.
Right.
These other issues that we should be pressing rather than pressing her. That thing was
Right,
crazy.
right,
I was
right,
like, I thought that was kind of crazy.
So, waiting to exhale.
Yeah, when she was making a movie, they was talking about airing dirty laundry, blah, blah, all this stuff to her.
It's a
I was
movie.
talking, I ain't gonna say the name, but yeah, a bunch of them out there, you know.
I guess some brothers look at it as a way to depict or down the black man. You know what I'm saying? You pointing out some of these brothers' falls and stuff, and you like, hey,
You the main
putting it
one.
on a big screen, making it seem like these are this the majority or something
You
of
know what?
brothers.
And you the expert.
Now on that one, just to touch on that subject matter, I guess how I'd like to actually say this is like that's another thing we definitely got to stop doing. Is again basically putting ourselves to embarrass each other. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop that whole thing like we're trying to embarrass each other or trying to put somebody on blast or anything like that. We really got to cut that out. But the other thing I just want to touch on too, again, out of the sake of love, is the whole thing of correction. You know what I'm saying? Being able to correct each other. For some reason in our community, we hate correction. You know what I'm saying? Man can't say nothing to the woman can't say nothing to the man. But everybody got an opinion about each other, but ain't nobody taking the time to talk to each other and listen to each other. You know what I'm saying? To help
Like the
drive the
police say,
conversation.
they say we have a problem with authority.
There you go.
They have a problem with authority.
There you go.
Some Dr. Dre said in that song "Watch Us," he said you want to restrain us and put us in cages and let us out. Wonder why we act outrageous because we've been oppressed. So anybody who comes to us is authority over us. We got a voice. You gonna push me down? You gonna push me down? It's one of those
You're not in
things.
control of me. You're not my boss. You're not my dad. You're not my mom. You're not.
That's
You know what I'm
some
saying?
There's a lot of deep issues in it. It's like we gotta make sense what goes on with us. We gotta make sense that what happens to us personally. If not, our kids will be living our life remix. We have to. This is a book called Parenting In and Out. It talks about that, how I even see it too, because my mom used to say this to us. She used to say, fuck that, I don't give a shit. So anytime somebody says, man, get the fuck out of here, fuck that shit. I say the same thing, but remix. The same thing. And I'm like, I told myself I'll never go do nothing like my mom did. But I became her remix. We do that. We don't make sense of what's going on in the streets with us. Our life period. We're passing those things on. We're here to make sense of what's happening to us. Seriously. We don't make sense, we react to them because we don't understand them. We're fighting our own monsters. But yeah,
I would say, anybody else in the room got anything they want to throw in on this conversation?
Me too.
Peace and blessings, fam.
Real quick.
Alright, huh?
Quick shave.
Pretty sure, yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Well, anyway,
yeah, it makes sense of stuff that happened to us. What's the three letters I always say? CBA.
CPA.
We create, we promote, we allow shit to happen. When we figure out
Create,
those
promote,
three
and allow.
things, we'll be good. Create, promote, and allow.
I like
Then we
that.
allow, we promote and create if we do it backwards. But most of the time we just allow. So that's why we experience all three. It's crazy, man. I'm watching this stuff I create and promote as well as allow because that affects me. It does something to me. It's like a joystick and it's left, right, all that. It's making
Trying to control your
yeah,
energy.
and it shouldn't be that way. But we're so, like I said, we're trapped in this physical world, man. We're looking for anything to make us feel. Anything. I'm about to shoot these. It costs $1 million. Why? Because everybody gonna think I'm fly.
Make you
Now,
feel good.
And I'm gonna feel like the man.
Yeah, feel good. Let me get this chain.
I'm gonna make it feel like
Feel
everything.
like the man.
We
Feel
want to
good.
feel
Not be the
so.
man.
Listen,
We wanna feel good.
that's what I'm saying. We want to feel so bad that we're doing everything. Anything to feel.
Feel
You know what I
something.
mean?
Feel something other than the stress and anguish that we
Whatever.
feel on a regular basis.
Look, feel other than ourselves.
Feel this reality. Back to life.
There you go.
Back to reality. You know?
I mean, you hear people say that a lot. Back to reality. Now it's Monday. Sunday. They like this Sunday. Back to reality now. Monday. I gotta go to work. And it's like, but you know that.
Why you gotta be upset about
And why
it?
did you leave if it's something that you do consistently? It's a
It's all
circle.
about your mental, your mindset too. You know what I'm saying? If you think that work is a bad place, you're
why are
gonna
you going?
dread going to that motherfucker. Yeah, it's just gonna make you feel like,
Let's touch on that. The thoughts. The thoughts. That's another thing that gets you. How you feel the negative thoughts that get you. They also would cause sicknesses.
yeah.
Literally.
I
Yeah.
never heard nobody die of a broken heart. They say people do, but people die of a broken body because the whole body shut down.
Yeah.
Everything
Oh,
did. Right
so-
along what you said, the mind goes like this. So you say it. So says the mind. So it is. Your mind don't know what you're playing or not.
You know, a lot of my
You talking
people,
about, oh man,
my
I'm
man with the exotic fruities and shit.
Your mind don't know what you're playing or not. It just takes.
It takes
Right,
it
right,
from what
right.
you said.
It takes commands from. That's all it does.
Tell
Okay,
you
he
about
say he's a
it.
piece of shit today, y'all. Let's see. He's a piece
You
of shit.
told my brain,
And
you
they
told
gonna-
your brain that. That's what
And
it's
they're gonna bring the
produce.
feelings
Right,
in with the body. That's what that mind and body connection. They're gonna bring the feeling in to equate with what you told yourself.
It manifests the energy towards you.
Exactly. That's why my man said he get up in the morning and he say these things to himself. He's doing some agreement, and if he's feeling it, then his mind and body.
The universe gonna line up
Yeah.
right with it.
That's all. We gotta have some kind of connection, but it's just the stuff we say to ourselves. We lie on
Yes, sir.
ourselves,
Yes, sir.
and it's just sitting there. It's constantly like on a loop, like that blank. Like it ain't saying the world is yours though.
Yeah, it's ain't everything but
It's
that.
saying everything else but that. And it's crazy, you know. But that's us. We are the conjurers of these.
Yep.
I can't help what I think. You just gotta think about what you think about. I know that sound hard, but that's not. Think about what you think about. Like what you said, man. You said you used to do something certain kind of way. Man, 21. You said you used to do something certain kind of way, but then you changed your mind frame because he thought about, and every time he did something, it reminded him like, hey, this ain't me no more, and he changed his way of doing things. But that's because he thought about what he think about, what you think about. Meaning, one of the things I used to say a lot is like, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying, because I'm from New York. But somebody got to talking with me and made me aware of this. The more they made me aware of it, the less it happened to the point where it was going.
I used to say words,
So we gotta do ourselves. It's like repetitions. Practice make perfect. Even in negativity.
And plus, it's around you around people that's gonna say that word to mommy. You know what I mean, son? I was up there 15 years. I swear, I got their accent still. You don't even know if there's
Hey, I low key did thought you was from New York though.
I got the swag, bro.
I did too. I ain't gonna lie. He had an air about you. I was like, he from Queens.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's but that's how it is. It's just like when we keep saying everything is about what we our intake.
Carry on is small.
What is your intake? I think at the end of the day, everybody should take
Sorry, I'll get you
a pull of what what you took into the day.
do it.
You know, what things gave you life, what things took from you. I guarantee you'll find a whole lot of shit that you were doing repetitions that took from you.
They took from me, but there's a lot of blessings I got today too. I got to meet y'all. I got to listen to a nice little helpful conversation to get me better on things. And we touch bases that I don't touch every day. You feel me? We really got deep here today. You feel me? And with that getting deep, I say 7 layers deep, like the skin. But you feel me? When we get this deep, it kind of brings a flower out of people because they don't really talk about stuff like this.
Yeah.
This is a one-day type of deal, but this is every day with y'all. Y'all trying to get to the people. So with that being said, I'm glad I met y'all because now I can be on the same type of time y'all on. I don't have to be on it all the time, but when I do see my brother, hey, yo, this is such and such, man, let's interact, let's get this, you know what I mean? And it's
Say
all
something when you
network.
see me.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna shake your hand, we're gonna hug, and we gonna
part.
act like we ain't never left and get back to
That
what we
part.
do, you feel me?
Now, I like what both of y'all was talking about, how your life. This is a movie called Slumdog Millionaire.
Oh yeah, I see.
I watched that.
But check it out. How do you become a millionaire? Through his experiences, right?
Yep.
You just gotta make sense of your experiences.
And he became a millionaire?
Yeah.
Because he had
All
all
the
the
shit he went
answers that
He had-
he went on Jeopardy.
I mean, no, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
That's what I was
Who
trying
Wants
to
to Be a
think. Like, he
Millionaire?
wanted
It
somewhere.
was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but it was Indian version, not
Yeah.
out native, Indian. But because his life experiences, every question they asked was his life experiences.
Yeah.
He got every
He
question
had a
right.
memory
And
about,
the
like,
police
hold on,
beat
I
him
know
up,
that.
had him to how you get all the answers right. Put water on his face, torturing him, trying to figure it out.
Right. They like,
It's
you
my
done
life.
cheated to win this thing, so.
And he won that shit.
It was his life.
That's crazy.
Like you doing right, everything that you went through that's bad, good, make sense of it. It has a reason
And that's
to be.
why I started.
You
I
never
started
know
seeing
what
that,
that reason might be
I'm like,
later
yo,
on.
I'm doing things that just put me in life sentences in jail, but God's sending me, keeping me away from it. That's telling me, son, I got something better to do than this
He
shit.
got more talents for
You
you.
know what I'm saying? I
That
got
you
something
even
better to
saying
do than
that right
this
there,
shit.
it's
This
activated.
shit's gotta be something better to do.
No,
There's
for real.
gotta be something. It's just no way I've been put on this just to do this.
If that was the case,
You
God would have treated me like that. You
feel
feel
me?
what I'm saying?
Are you a
God would
good
be like,
dude?
you just a drug dealing ass nigga, go to jail. You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
Like, you know, like for real though.
Listen, a A lot
But
of
it
people
don't
don't
have to
know
be
that.
that way.
They don't understand that
Only thing
there's
I told you,
something
you gotta
better
choose.
out there for you than just what you're doing today. A lot of people are so mistaken with that. You can't be like that. You really gotta be effort to know that there is change and there is something else you can do. Because when one door closes, another one opens, brother.
And always
Like-
do, but
like,
you gotta be
When I went to
mindful.
Houston, like I had came here, I want to say 2020, but then I had went to Houston. And my situation, my uncle told me, don't go to Houston, you're gonna fuck your life up. I went to Houston. I fucked my life up when I came
You gotta listen to your elders.
Sometimes elders say something that like, let me read more
I
than
know
that.
something.
Give me some. Why did you say this?
So now,
What happened in Houston?
So I come back, and my life has been together ever since. I come back, I get an apartment downtown, I get my BMW, I get my shit, and I only been here 6 months. Only been back 6 months.
Wow.
But how
No,
long
that
you been
is
on this
6
earth?
months.
How long those spans and everything been brewing and building up? That's what we don't take. We take it how it's so small. Like when we see people made it somewhere, he don't even deserve that. Do you know what the fuck he
He
went through to
did. You
get
don't know what
that?
he did. The trenches. You don't
You
know
don't even
that.
know how long he was waiting for
Yeah,
that.
you feel me? And this is what I say about that, listening to your elders. My uncle's told us, like, you don't act straight, you're gonna be in a group home. Listen to you.
What do you do?
Listen, at 13 years old, I went to a group
Group
home.
home. Damn.
Nigga, he was, and I told him, I look back on time, like, yo, he was not playing when he said that.
That boy, like he knew the future.
But
But that's
people
scary
know,
that people
because
be
he
doing
already
that.
experienced
People,
it.
people be doing that shit.
It's
They,
life
they'll tell you what you gonna do.
He know what I'm
Because they
doing.
been there.
And he
They
been
read
there.
that book.
That
You
part.
feel me? Like,
They read that book.
And I ain't been there. I'm still
Like my uncle to this
naive.
day, like,
Trying to figure
like I
it
said,
out,
Trying to
yeah.
figure it
I'm
out.
doing my
Trying
best
to
to leave
say,
that
oh,
life
you
alone.
know, I know.
I ain't gonna say I'm
Shut up.
perfect.
And then
Smoke
when
my
you
little
Some
young,
of it I know. It can
when
be
you're young,
sometimes
you
it's
think
still
they,
gonna be
and a
like,
motherfucker trying to tell you something, you think like, oh no, that happened to you.
Yeah.
It
Ain't
can't
gonna happen
happen
to me.
Yeah.
You know what they
Right.
It
He
can't
ain't
happen
never
to
gonna
your
leave
ass.
because
Exactly how he said it was gonna
Yeah.
happen.
that
And you
is a
sitting in
part
there
of you,
like, damn.
regardless what you want
Those
to say.
people trying to tell me.
It's a part
When
of
it
you.
did, when it
But
did
it's a
happen
part
to me
you
like that,
control, not it
that's the
controls
first
you.
thing I thought of. I said,
That's the thing about
I said,
it.
I turn down
he
my.
gotta be a
I don't
problem.
care. Sometimes I turn down.
He gotta be a problem.
I just turned around and took down. I was
He told
like,
me I was
I
gonna be in
love
a group home. And
I think about it. Nah.
I was confused. I'm like,
Profit.
That's a rubber band
Got your
effect.
head
You
looking
go
out
so
the roof.
far,
Don't
you
you
right
know
back like
that.
that.
You don't think that far until you
Sitting
get
there
into
like-
you know, you might fall and break your leg, but if you never broke your leg, you're not
But you
gonna
got
think
little
about it like
tweaks
that.
and stuff, so you went a little
So you're
bit.
deep in there, you're like,
Like,
I said, I gotta straighten my life. That's when I started doing different things, and then as soon as I went to Kansas State, I don't know if you ever heard of
I
this.
told you,
But it's
no,
called
yeah.
Rite of
Good.
Passage right now, but it's called
You know
Kansas
the
State.
streets with that is? That's a hundred.
Yeah, I heard
That's a
that.
hundred
It's the
thousand.
last step before you go to Durango. They get blessings. They take you
And I
to
said,
get
I
your
looked at
GED,
him.
your high school diploma.
Nah.
They give you a
Good.
trade. You can be an
Yeah, I know what
electrician, a
comes.
welder.
That come when you not
all
sleeping at
that.
night.
They got College
That come when you
Stadium
having
there.
that
Like it's
fire
so
on
big,
your
it's
time.
good, but it ain't for
Good.
every kid.
Yeah,
It's
Right.
only for
I
the
can't pay that
adolescents,
back,
you
then
feel
what?
me?
Right.
And they give my barber's license for free.
I think about
That
that.
barber's
I
license
think-
right there.
Got it
I'm
from
so
there.
They
far.
gave me
I'm
that
so
for
far.
free
So I'm way past that.
You feel me? You know how much it costs to be a barber
It's
today?
just, I just remember, man. Even this
bread.
fall.
It costs 10.
How did it get? Last
10
time I did
racks.
something was 1992.
To be a barber today.
Last time I saw it.
10
It
bands to go
costs
get
So
$10,000
far,
to be
the
a
stuff
barber
I've been
today.
through. I
Wow.
would be washing everything.
That's how serious this is.
Wow.
That's why they
Check this. You know what y'all, all this saying stuff is good, but you know how it is. They say it takes you all this stuff to build up your persona, everything else. So years, but one act can erase all those years.
5
Yeah,
seconds,
yeah.
5 minutes, 5 minutes.
Good, a good
That's what I'm
combination
talking
of the
about.
wrong
One
30
act
seconds
erase
in a minute,
Yep.
You know,
wrong
like,
5 minutes of shit, then everything fucked up.
Like I said,
I wasn't planning on going to jail tonight.
Right.
Part of my
What happened?
I keep saying that. That's why I always say to myself. I say I'm young. I ain't old. I'm young.
I didn't think I was going to spend the next
Because
30
it's-
years
it's a-
behind bars this morning when I woke up.
The wrong combination of stuff in 5 minutes can fuck up all that.
Everything.
Fuck up
That's
everything.
what that movie
Can I say
Another
something,
Star is
bro?
about.
5 minutes just some pussy to fuck your life up too.
Damn,
Yeah.
it's that 5 minutes everything.
Alright, shit, but
Look.
not as bad as 5 minutes of some violent situations.
Man,
That shit'll fuck up
one sweet
everything.
conversation could end up
Hey,
in the wrong
they
way.
equal though. So they both mess up your life forever.
Well,
When you bring a kid into this world, that's not just 18. You see, motherfuckers fuck up. You know, my mom is one of these people, and the God forgive her, you know? But when a motherfucker turn 18, that don't just mean that you done. Your job as a parent is done.
No.
You still gotta teach that motherfucker life. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, you still gotta know how to be a
Motherfuckers still make
man.
mistakes
That's
when
when it
they're
gets
35.
Yeah.
That's why they call it guidance. We that bought them on the highway. All we doing is guiding you. You take the exit right now if you want to not. All we do is guidance down this path.
That's what them lines
Now, but you
are.
still have choices
Right,
of where
right,
you
right.
want to exit it. You know, but I mean, I tell my kids all the time, I'm gonna be here as long as I can. You know, but I'm not gonna take no crap. And I understand you grown and I'm grown, but you still gonna give me respect. You know, and that's the thing. People think when they get grown, they don't gotta start respecting people. I'm grown.
grown now.
What does that mean to you? Let's explore.
What does even being grown
And you don't
mean?
even have your own. What's that?
gotta listen to nobody because I'm grown.
And you living in my house. So what does that mean? You know? So
Not grown, you be living in this house.
that's
Man,
other
come on
thing.
now.
You ain't paying your own bills.
You ain't buying your own drawers. Come on, man.
You ain't paying
You
your
ain't
own bills.
washing no clothes.
That means I
You
can
ain't
tell you
paying no
somebody can tell you what to do. When you paying your own bills and your own crib, nobody else can tell you that.
Can't say
You
nothing
paying
to
the
you.
bills. When you living under somebody else's roof, they can tell you what to do because you gotta follow their plan. That's their way.
Goddamn right.
They can, they built.
Yeah.
When
I'm
they
doing that with my
house, you
son
gotta
right now.
respect their house.
What's that card? I keep forgetting the card my wife got for my son. Now, he asked for money. You gotta earn that money, so he go do something.
Oh, the Cash App card?
No, it ain't the cash app. It's for kids. Man, I forget the name of it. But
I'm
they
about to say, I was
so
thinking
put
a lot of
$5
stuff
on it.
right there.
And every time he knows now that if I want something that I don't need, I gotta work for it.
Right.
Because I'm not gonna just give it to you. You live in my house, so if you want something, okay, you got a car. You know this stuff out here. There's always something to do. That's my philosophy.
Always.
Always something to do.
There's always something
My
to do.
grandma told me a long time ago, if you want something, you gotta work for it. Nothing's for free. So if you want something in this world, boy, she told me, work for it, and it will come to you. Trust me. Just listen to what I'm telling you, boy. And I ain't never looked back. I worked for it. You feel me? I done worked at McDonald's. I done worked at Jack. I done did it all. You feel me? Because I didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I done did it all. So you know what I mean? I done been at Walmart's, overnight stacker. You feel me? McDonald's in that hot kitchen with the burgers flipping. I done did it all. You feel me? But I found my calling. I know what I'm worth. When you know what you work, you know how to get farther in things, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like when you know your work, you know how much you can stretch and you can do with it, you feel me? And
That's
today I'm so
self-love.
thankful for that, you feel me?
That's
Also, he wasn't scared.
Self-love,
He wasn't scared to try.
Oh, never. I would try any job
See, that's
because
the thing.
you know why?
That
It's
try.
paying me for one. For two, I'm very loyal, so I'm gonna step up,
So I'm gonna
and I'm
be
gonna
there.
always progress. You feel me? I'm never gonna stay in one spot. You feel me?
I have that problem. I'm young though. Young people can't work. That's our problem. Not for real. I done had probably the same amount of my age in jobs.
Yeah, yeah.
Like for real, listen, I done made boat trailers, I done did roofing, I done did construction, I done did making pizzas by scratch. I did it all.
Yeah.
I've been all across the board.
Sounds like you're a business man.
Man,
Right.
I did that when I was young. I messed up a lot of jobs, a lot of
Like,
good jobs.
you know boat trailers that motherfuckers be putting they boats on and shit to take on. I was working for American Trailer. That's the number one boat trailer company. They based out of Kissimmee, Florida. I worked for them niggas. No crap, and I fucked it up. $27 an hour.
Man, as a young cat, I fucked up a lot of jobs because I thought they needed me more than I needed them. Boy, did I found out that they don't need me. And then,
That quick reality.
and another thing that I was doing is fucking up my resume. By the time when I was really ready to work, I had a horrible resume of all these inconsistent jobs. Yeah, my work history was trash. Like, yo, you only work 2 weeks here. You only work, you know what I'm saying?
Why you even put that on the paper?
I'm down there. Yeah, I got it down there, lie on the application now.
I don't want to get live.
Yeah, I got it down there, lie on the application now. Like, now I'm making up shit. Instead of being 2 weeks here, I'm like, oh, fuck, I'll work.
I lie on my resume. I be putting.
Man, I have to lie on my shit because if I tell the truth now,
Everybody
it's
lies.
like, god damn, nigga, you only work here for a week.
Man,
Man, you only got one check
how long
from
you
here.
gonna make it here?
Yeah, right.
They say you gotta have a life, or at least do a life that your older self will be proud of. Because you'll look back and be like, we tried, man.
We
and
did
y'all
that.
can be like this. Instead of looking at you like, what the fuck was you on, man? Look at us.
You know what's sad?
Look at us
Like,
now.
I don't think about it as sad, but I feel content with everything I live.
You can't get content.
No, but I'm saying with the if I was to perish right now, God forbid, I've done a lot for the 22-year-old. That a normal 22-year-old say that he ain't do. You know what I'm saying? I've been to 3 other countries besides here. I've traveled most of the states that's popping. You know, I done did a lot. You know,
There's a
I
lot
done
of stuff
taken my
still to
family.
do.
I'm glad you said that, bro. At 21, 22. I'm happy for you.
Oh, Hagrid, yeah, that is true, because we
for
we
real.
definitely go down in the ground.
The game gets tougher when you're 30s or your 40s because you start thinking different.
Yeah.
And some of your decisions and shit is more critical at a later stage. Yeah, me, at a young age. I bought my first house at 21 years old. The second house, I was still in my 20s. Now, you get those successes. It's maintaining and what you do after that. You know what I mean? So yes, I'm glad that you're at a young age. You've been seeing a lot, bro, but you got a lot more life to live. So keep staying in the pluses, growing in that direction. And
10 years from now, you'll see a major difference.
right, don't never you're thankful for where you at. But don't never get
Content.
yeah, don't never get confused with
Don't
it.
get,
Don't get
complacent.
comfortable.
She said it's a marathon.
Yeah.
You don't know how long you're gonna live for.
It
You know what
is.
I mean? So
It's not a
and
sprint,
You don't want
it's
to
a
be one of them
marathon.
niggas, man. I used to have an '88 Cadillac. Boy, I had this.
That
I had
used to.
that.
What up?
I
What
didn't
up?
have-
I had niggas.
Nobody
want to hear that shit. What you talking about? Hey, like the crack,
What you used to
listen,
have.
like the crackhead on the
Cause
corner.
when a nigga come and say where it's at
Like
now, you gonna want to hit
like
that
crackhead
nigga.
Johnny.
Right,
You know what I'm
You
saying?
wanna say, well, where
Hey,
it's at
and
now?
some of them
I don't see
crackheads used to be somebody.
nothing. Right.
Oh God,
You know what I'm
nigga.
saying?
Hey, you ain't
Oh,
never
you
lied,
see
though.
Snowfall?
You ain't never lied.
Right.
Hear the
You got
story?
Snowfall, you know?
Yeah.
Hey,
You like, damn,
Hey,
nigga.
hey, now, the thing about Snowball,
I
I
did not
didn't like
finish
though.
that. I need to catch up.
I didn't like about
Wait,
Snowball
wait,
is
talking about this ending,
when he
like-
was doing everything else,
What-
being
what
successful,
happened?
running money
What
up.
happened?
Yeah.
It was
I
almost
see that.
like niggas couldn't wait to see Franklin on the downslope.
Yeah.
That shit made so much internet presence when he was fucked up, drunk, and
Hey, you
with
noticed
no
that,
money.
right?
But when he was
Who?
On
Franklin
Snowfall.
I noticed
Okay.
when Snowball was going and he making money and he Franklin and he powerful, this, that, and never. Oh yeah, they're like, oh yeah, this Snowball cool. This, that, and
Yeah.
never. But when Franklin went bad, that shit went to another level of talking about it. Like people wanted to see his
Like
demise.
they waited. They was sitting there
They
like,
wanted. They didn't want that. That's all I seen in the timeline was showing a picture of Franklin like a bum.
yeah.
I didn't see that many pictures of Franklin on my timeline when he was doing well. And that's what goes back into the love of it. You know what I mean? We all make our, we nobody's perfect. And he might have did some evil things along his way of making that money. But when he was down bad and fucked up, everybody more like, that's what he get.
That's it.
They-
That's what he
they,
deserved.
Everybody
they
had
happy
that
for
picture
it.
of Franklin as a bum on their timeline.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I know a lot of niggas like this. Like, kind of almost like a little bit of hate though.
It
I
is.
seen
That's
a little bit of
exactly what that
hate behind
is.
it. It was hate behind it when they seen Franklin fucked up.
It's like sub sitting on bench,
You know what I mean?
waiting for you to go down,
It's
stay
like
get
when
your
you
Go back to that
Yeah.
love that he was talking about, though.
When-
That's what it really go back to, though.
When he was up, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, it ain't nothing we can do about it. He just winning. He's winning. You know what I mean? But as soon as the situation
That was his word.
went bad, you know what I mean? That was all they talked about.
But he was showing love. That's the other thing
He
too.
showed love.
He started pulling people on, even when they messed up. He told that little boy, "Yo, stop dealing with them stuff." He gave him some chance. Now, some real ain't gonna do that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I
And then
just
his
seen a lot of
homeboy, he put him on. He only shot his homeboy because he was gonna mess up everything for everybody. Because he was in his emotions.
Right.
He was in his emotions. We gotta get out of the emotions.
And I just seen that they put him on display when he was down bad.
Yeah, they did.
Like I didn't see hear Snowfall get talked about as much until Franklin was doing bad.
You know why? Because it's like when New Jack City came out. Everybody was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be Nino Brown." Everybody was up on this other stuff, but they gotta paint a narrative of this like this. No matter how far you get, you
There'll always be a
You
Pookie.
ain't gonna get that far. You always gonna be a Pookie. You always gonna be a Pookie.
Right.
Or Denzel was this and that, but you see what happens to them. They always do certain things. You know what I mean? Like what Jadakiss said in his song "Why."
They can't
Why-
let him be great.
Then why they give Denzel
An
the
Oscar.
Oscar before he was crooked? Malcolm X, The Hurricane. He did so many good movies.
Right.
They never, yeah,
that
never did
part,
give him an
it's
Oscar
only
until
They trying to paint a picture so when we see that, that's what we feel.
imagery.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, imagery. That's a
Imagery.
fact.
Once upon a
Why does
time,
it always gotta be an asterisk next to us?
see, once upon a time, art used to reflect life. Now life is reflecting the art.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's your hard body. I like
But
that.
you know, it's like, I'm not trying to, it's kind of off topic, so fuck. But,
But actually, real quick, since you say that, because I was actually gonna say, can we actually get ready to wrap this up? You know what I'm saying? Touch on the last couple points real quick. You know what I'm saying? My main point being is like, first and foremost, hey, thank you for everybody for actually, you know what I'm saying, participating in this conversation. Hats off to you all, salute to you all, you know what I'm saying? This was one of the realest conversations I've heard in a while. This is the type of energy that we're trying to bring to the community. You know what I'm saying? Not only just at this barbershop, but at other barbershops within our community, just so we can expand throughout the valley and make sure we're spreading our word, you know what I'm saying, to the whole. You know what I'm saying? We're all across this valley, so we got to go across this valley. You know what I'm saying? But just like I always say, like we like to end all of our sessions. Like I say, it's getting late. We need to wrap up. Like we usually like to end it off is my biggest question for everybody in the room is two things. One, how can the Ministry of Defense that you can think of right now, how can we come to the community and actually help the community more? What can we do to show that love? How can we come out and represent and start spreading this awareness and this, make this go viral, make love go viral for once? And also, two, how many of my brothers and sisters here is willing to help us while we making this journey as well?
Really sacrifice, get down in the trenches.
You know what I'm saying? Who ready to put in this work?
Yeah, I'm with that. Now what I do see in comparison to the first thing that you said, is when it's good stuff on the TV, or you put a good post up, don't nobody support it, but let you say some fuck shit or some drama.
Yep.
And you got 101 comments and 68 comments, 80
Quit.
comments.
Quit.
And let you say I started a new business. It's like you say, I started my own business. You know what I mean?
Peace, brother.
You get a few comments. You might say, oh, I got this new job. Oh yeah, congratulations. It just seems like when it's good, they downplay it. When it's bad and drama filled and fuckery-ish, it get a whole lot of talk. Like, seem like more people are
attracted to drama.
The negative than the
attracted to
positive.
drama and entertainment than actual good
Positive
fruit for people. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I believe
That's
that's
another question. How can we change that? You know what I mean? Taking the positive way more.
Well,
than
that's
taking
kind
the
of the whole that's the whole purpose of this. Again, these conversations, and then like that last part where I say who's going to put in the work,
Right.
because us actually getting out in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Not only just when we suited and booted, you know what I'm saying, going and putting the work, but on our everyday life, our everyday interactions, it has to become a second nature of ours to just greet everyone in love and be all about love with each other. If we can hate so hard, we can love even harder. You know what I'm saying?
It should be
Let's
easier
bring
to
that
love than to hate. But the
Hate,
thing
that's a lot of
is,
energy.
Some people ain't never been loved,
So
so they don't know how to love.
So that's why it's
And
our
that
job to
betrayal
go
that
out there and show this love towards our brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
so in which we can plant that seed of them learning how, oh, this is what it feels like for people to love me.
Yeah.
This is what it feels like to even start to understand self-love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? By us just, again, through our interactions, you know?
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, anybody who's definitely willing to, you know what I'm saying, get out here, help us put in this work and things, you know what I'm saying, please sign in for us. You know what I'm saying? So we can actually keep in touch and everything, you know what I'm saying? So we keep this energy going, yo. Like the LOC is not. The LOC is not about playing games. We about putting in work.
Yeah, we just a small part of what is already a big
Yes.
going on. It's been
I like it though, even at the interaction of the people that's watching. They asking, man, where y'all at, man? What barbershop? Like they wanted to come and join in. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I'm glad that you brought that up. Just so in which is known regularly, you know what I'm saying, we hold these once a month. Generally the third or fourth Saturdays now. It was Sundays, now we're trying to make them Saturday. That's why I'm sorry, I had to think about that for a second.
Same barbershop every time?
But no, we're trying to switch it up, but switch up between two different barbershops right now. Our second location is still kind of up in the air. So until we get that all settled, we will keep on returning back here. And my brother keep having this stuff.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Little big bro keep having this. You know what I'm saying? We
I
try to
watched
help
your
us.
show. I wasn't here one day, but I caught the show because I watched his timeline, and I watched y'all, and I was like, "Yo, Steve, where you get them from? Where you get them guys from?" He was like, "Oh yeah, bro, my brother. You know, we said never." And it had me already locked in, so I'm glad that this time I get to sit in with y'all.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Part of it. So I think y'all doing what y'all doing is continue to grow it. Like he even asked me, y'all do this every time at this barbershop? Like I can tell my man's had a good time interacting, getting some good work, wanting to come back. You know what I mean? So.
And that's all we asking for, you know what I'm saying? Keep coming back and keep spreading it, bro.
Planting them seeds, you know?
That's it.
That's how it grows.
Like I say,
When it grows.
like I said, we got a sign-in sheet. If any of y'all mind just filling it out for us real quick, so that way we can keep in tune with
Just an
you.
email name.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I appreciate.
I'd have never thought you go on 21.
But
Me?
like I said, our biggest thing is.
You got a great mind ahead of yourself.
But again, to the people though, y'all saying our biggest thing is about, again, the LOC is out here trying to put in the work. We trying to man the ground, you know what I'm saying, put in the footwork for our people, just spread this message and not just make it just be a message, but something that the people are seeing, something that the people are feeling and interacting with. You know what I'm saying? That's our mission. That's what we're trying to grow and that's what we're trying to put forth. So anybody who's willing to definitely come check us out, who want to put in the work with us, check us out at the THEPHXLOC.org. Check us out there. You know what I'm saying? Put your fill out the information. We can get in contact with you, answer any questions that you may have, or just get on our volunteer list for when we have events and things. We just need people who want to come out and help us. You can even support that way too. You know what I'm saying? Again, that's the PHXLOC, Local Organizing Committee. That's LOC, not MLC. You know what I'm saying? So again, family, y'all, I appreciate everybody's input. I'm thankful for just the Creator allowing us just to be together so we can have this conversation. I pray that each and every one of us took something from this and we'll actually definitely start making this little seed here be planted into a mighty oak one day of love and blessings and just togetherness, how be strong and unified like our people used to be. That's the end of the day. That's the true goal. Get back to unification and growth. You know what I'm saying? If our ancestors could sit there and build great things, it's like Rosewood, Black Wall Street, and all the other places, what do you think we can do? In fact, that's almost one of the angles they try to keep it. They seen what we could do once already, and that's what scared them so much. They didn't want us to have that foresight no more. So let's bring that back. We know we have it in us, so now it's just our job to put it back, bring it back, and make it happen. Again, I thank everybody who participated. I thank my brother Stick High for, you know what I'm saying, looking out, letting us come through.
Thank
You know
y'all
what I'm
for
saying?
coming, man. It's an honor, man.
I definitely, you gave me something I can take with me for myself, man. So,
You know what I'm saying? That's what's
just to
up.
let y'all know what y'all doing. Yeah.
That's all we ever ask. Take something from what we talk about. Each one teach one, right?
I always say that. That's what me and Steve do. Each one teach one. Yeah. I ask a lot of people.
Goddamn,
That's it, bro. So, again, peace and blessings to each and every one of you. You know what I'm saying? Definitely check us out on our next post. Check out our Instagram, the PHXLOC. Same thing for the Instagram. Check us out. You'll be able to follow us on there. You'll be able to know about the next time we're holding these talks. The next one will be here in August, coming up again in a hot moment. Then 4 weeks go by like it ain't nothing now. So, you know what I'm saying? We definitely hope we see each and every one of you soon. See you again. Jump in our DMs. Have any questions? Just keep in contact. But, my brothers, did y'all want to throw anything else before we ride out?
No, just that I appreciate it as well. I love getting some different kind of feedback from everybody else, different perspective. I love that.
Thank you for tapping in to Real Riders Only Radio. We'll see you guys next month. It may be a new location, but we definitely it's gonna be the same time, and it's gonna be the same type of energy.
That's it. That's all we ever try to focus on. Peace and blessings, family.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, like,